From Friday night through Sunday morning, up to 2 inches of rain. This is the Ag Central Radio Network.
Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight from Cowboy Field, it's the Breckenridge Cowboys taking on the West Central Area-Ashby Knights. Tonight's game is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, Minn Kota Ag Products, Heitkamp Construction, Moore Engineering, Optimum Rehab, Carlson Family Insurance, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Red River Communications, Twin Town Villa, CHI St. Francis Medical Center, Quality Toyota, Vision Ford, Otter Tail Power Company, Essentia Health, and Titan Machinery. Now from Cowboy Field, here's KBMW's Turner Blofus.
Welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Blofus here, and we're set for a good one on this homecoming night. Hopefully, got the Breckenridge Cowboys coming in with a 4-1 record, hosting the undefeated West Central Area-Ashby Knights. Got to make sure to remember to throw on the Ashby. They used to just be the West Central area. And joining me on the color today, making his, at least his color debut, not his radio debut. He knows his way around the radio. He's coming in for the coaches show. Breckenridge head girls basketball coach, Austin Imdick. So if I start calling him Austin Imdick, or Coach Imdick, that is why. How's it going today, Coach Imdick?
Good, Turner. How we doing?
Hey, not bad at all. You excited for this?
Heck yeah, pumped up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you get to work with a lot of the coaches, so I'm sure they gave you a lot of good insights for telling you this is probably going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some good insider information for you guys, and tough WCA team comes in today, so it should be a good one.
Yeah, and I believe kind of a couple go-to guys that we've been talking about that are going to be really heavily featured in this game, and we'll talk about them a little bit more later on in the game, but they got a couple studs coming in. You just know that. And they're looking for revenge in this ball game because last year, Breckenridge had that great section championship squad, and they really put a look in on this West Central Area-Ashby team. 40-8 was the final, and so definitely coming in with that chip on their shoulder in this game for sure, right, Coach Imdick?
Yeah, I mean, Breckenridge is going to have to be ready to execute right away because, they're coming in, like you said, with that chip on their shoulder, and they're a good, solid football team, so we'll have to be ready to rock from the kickoff. Yeah,
definitely, and the Breckenridge defense coming in off this game, 3 shutouts in a row. You ever seen that in a high school game? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Not very often.
In my life. Well, except maybe Caledonia might have racked up a streak like that. But I'll run through their scores really quick. Breckenridge opened up the year with a 22-8 loss to Otter Tail Central. Followed that up with 4 consecutive wins to get to 4-1 where they're at right now. 20-8 over Parker's Prairie, and they could have had 4 shutouts in a row. Coach Frederickson and I talked about that. They kind of gave up a little bit of a touchdown at the end of the game that was definitely avoidable. 6-0 overtime thriller in Frazee. Underwood, they beat 25-0, 26-0 in Roseau. So back-to-back road games are coming off. And now finally back at home for their homecoming, only fitting. And we got the 5-0 West Central Area-Ashby Knights, of course. They beat Barnesville to open up the year. That's how you knew they were going to really be bringing a lot of firepower in this game. Followed up with wins over Staples, Motley, Pillager, Hawley, and Crookston to get to that 5-0 record. And I usually don't do this. You're seeing something pretty wild here, Austin. I'm going to go into the injury report. Brought to you by Optimum Rehab. Usually wait a little bit on this. Restore your health at Optimum Rehab. But we got to talk about it because there's a lot of key guys back. Wyatt Differding, as well as Dylan Bernades, who was out last week with an injury, and the big one, of course, Cam Nito. And how big is that to get Nito back in the rotation? We might see him at some quarterback today.
Yeah, absolutely. They might get a little crazy with Cam today, a little tailback, a little quarterback. They run a lot of different formations just in general. A good way to keep the defense on their toes. So excited to see what they got in store. And I love that they've showed this for Bernades that they can get creative ways to get you the ball, whether it's bubble screens or a reverse or kind of a counter kind of thing. And maybe we'll see a little bit of that with Nito kind of open up the playbook here. But Colin Roberts, what do you think of the job he's done stepping in into the role and not really starting the year off as a QB, but he's like, where I'm needed, I got to step in. Yeah, he's taken it and run with it. I think Colin's done a really good job, and I think that's one of the most difficult positions, obviously, to come into as a backup. But he's managed the squad really well, and going back to Dylan Bernades too, we even saw in Underwood we had him getting some direct snaps too. So it should be an interesting night.
Almost forgot about those Wildcat sets. I want to see some more of that. Cam back there, he's practically just a Wildcat set in his own right at sometimes. But we'll take our first commercial break on this Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. And we'll be back with an interview we did with head coach Chad Frederickson. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 and watching on KBMW News Live.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windermere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, and I'm here with head coach Chad Fredrickson. His favorite week of the year, if I remember correctly, with homecoming. I'm just kidding, Coach. I know you always talk about the distractions every year, and how have you kind of kept the guys focused this week?
Well, let's hope coming in tonight that facing West Central alone should get our attention. But yeah. It's one of those deals here. You got to have fun during the week, but you got to understand that Friday night's the important piece, and we got to, do our best to try to get that win.
Yeah, and coming in with an undefeated record so far this year, and beat some pretty good teams on the way to facing you guys. So, what can you tell me about West Central Area-Ashby? I always got to remember. I always forget about the co-op now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that little added at the end. So. They're very talented. I mean, you're not going to get to 5-0 and beat Barnesville and Holly and the other teams that they've been able to beat without having some talent. So they're big up front. They've got speed. They got athleticism. So they pretty much got the whole. It's the full meal deal when it comes to their team. They have depth. They're playing kids on certain kids on one side of the ball, and a couple that are going to see a lot of time on both sides of the ball. So when you have that depth and that talent, it's going to help you in the long run. And obviously, they're returning this Anthony Sikora, and he is kind of the wields the sword, or he's ultimately kind of how he ticks, they tick. So hopefully we can marginalize that and see what we can do.
Yeah, they might be looking for a little bit of revenge after you guys kind of beat up on them last year. I think 40-8 was the final last year, so they might be coming in a little upset.
Yeah, and I think that they really wanted us back on their schedule just for that reason, as they knew they had a good team coming back, and they probably wanted to avenge what they considered, that we were going to have a little bit better game last year. Fortunately for us, we kind of got things teetered in our direction. It just kept on going that way. So, this is an excellent football team, and we're hands full.
Well, I can't believe we're talking about it again this week, but another shutout last week. What do you think of just how hot the defense has been playing lately?
Yeah, I mean they've basically been stellar. We've had to have their major assistants, and they've kind of carried the load here in the last 3 weeks for sure. And you could consider 4 weeks. We probably should have had a shutout that second week as well. But that's what it's going to take is good, solid defense, and hopefully we can get our offense rolling and get that playing as well as our defense. And that's our goal tonight is to try to get those pieces all back in place. I think we're going to be as healthy as we've been all year long. I don't think we've had our full squad since we started, and we're hoping to get everybody back tonight and see if we can get clicking.
Okay, who are some of the guys that are going to be returning this week?
Well, we're going to try to plug Cam in as best we can. We're going to limit his he's got a high ankle sprain, so we're going to limit, a lot of things as far as him getting a whole lot of time, but getting him back and getting him back into the swing of things is going to be critical. We get Bernatus back. We get Differding back on the offensive line. So we got some, pretty important parts to what we're going to try to do back. And again, now it's just a matter of getting the ball to them or running behind them or just them making plays.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have. Well, it's obviously not great to have them out of the game, but it's nice that your team could take care of business without missing some of those key pieces, and now you get them back for this big game.
Right. We've had some, guys step up and get placed into positions that they hadn't been necessarily accustomed to and just did a stellar job. So hopefully getting some of those guys back to what they're used to and these guys back in, we can start looking like a championship team.
Okay, and I'm going to ask the question I'm sure everyone's thinking, kind of what is the approach going to be heading into this game for at the QB position? If it's going to be split in time between the two, or if you're going to use Cam some different ways, or what's the plan?
Well, you know what? We'll see how Cam, does in the warm-up and see how he's feeling, and we'll kind of take it accordingly to that. He might get some snaps at quarterback. He might get some snaps other places. We're just going to try to utilize him the best we can and marginalize the opportunities he does to have, to re-injure that. So we're going to be careful with that. Obviously, this is a very critical, important game to us, homecoming and all those different things. But ultimately, we got some more games to play, so we want to make sure we're doing what's best for our guys.
We'll be right back on the Wilkin Drinking Eatery pregame show after this quick break.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
It's time to celebrate. Red River Communications has been bringing you quality products and services for 70 years. Red River Communications has become the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. They offer speeds up to a gig and the quality personal service to go with it. Call them today at 701-553-8309 and get yourself on the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. Red River Communications, growing and connecting the Southern Valley for over 70 years.
When Mom first started showing signs of memory loss, we were devastated. It was so frustrating, so many choices for assisted living. Then my sister and I walked into Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. We knew that this was the perfect place for our mother. We loved the bright, beautiful apartments, and knew Mom would too. I was so impressed with the interaction between the residents and the staff. Twin Town Villa is a quality memory care community that's close to home and currently has openings. Call Twin Town Villa at 643-9542 or visit them online at twintownvilla.com.
When you neglect your health, you're neglecting a lot more than just yourself. After all, a lot of people depend on you, your children, your significant other, your friends, and extended family. Your presence means a lot to many different people. CHI St. Francis Health is here for you. Get your yearly mammogram scheduled at CHI St. Francis Health. They are open and ready for you. Call 701-643-0238 to schedule. CHI St. Francis, caring for you and about you.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bluffus here with your Power Pole rankings, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation. And we're just going to stick with what we've been doing so far this year. We're just going to go through the Section 6A standings. You know, it's the section Breckenridge is in. That's what you guys want to know about, I'm sure. Otter Tail Central sitting at the top with a 5-0 record. They beat Breckenridge in the opener, as many of you listeners remember, I'm sure. New York Mills coming up next, and they are undefeated as well with a 4-0 record. Breckenridge 4-1. Pine River Bacchus in the fourth spot with also a 4-1 record, but Breckenridge is 1-1 in section play, whereas Pine River Bacchus is 2-1. And then Underwood with a 2-3 record, 0-2 in section play. Monaga 1-1 in section play, but they have a 3-2 record. And then Lake Park Audubon 2-3 at the 7th spot, and the only winless team in the section, Walker Hackensack Akeley, with an 0-5 record. So that'll do it for your Power Pole ranking, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company. Excuse me. And now on to our starting lineups. We've got the Cowboy lineups for you here, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Start off with the offense. They're going to stick with the offensive line. Actually, one change to the offensive line so far. Corey Doman at right guard. He is 6 foot, 185 junior. Another junior over there on the right side of the line, Landon Blofus, 6'2", 210 pounds. Eli Butts in the middle at center, a freshman. And then two more juniors on this offensive line. Dallin Ernst, 6'6", 245 at guard. And then Zane Mickelson, a 6'2", 180-pound tackle. And then at tight end, we got Alex Sanchez filling in for Colin Roberts as he has the last couple weeks. Gavin Snyder at the split back this week after being a last-minute scratch last game. Logan Andel in the slot. Gavin Peterson listed at fullback, and then Jimmy Murtis, the running back, will be splitting time with Griffin Bussey. You may as well list him as a starter. And Colin Roberts, as I said, at the quarterback, 6'1", 190-pound senior. On the defense for this outstanding Breckenridge defense that's given up 30 points in their 5 games, Griffin Bussey and James Murtis, your corners. They're both seniors, and Griffin Bussey listed at 5'11", 170, Murtis 5'10", 175. Alex Sanchez rounding out that secondary at the free safety position. He's 6'2", 175 pounds. Colin Roberts, Gavin Peterson, Alex Martell, and Bailey Evans are your linebackers in this 4-4 defense. And then listed as the defensive line, Dallin Ernst and Alex Schockert are your defensive ends, both juniors. Brian Martinez, a defensive tackle, a sophomore, 5'10", 185-pound sophomore, that is. And Landon Blofus, another defensive tackle. And then for the skills, we got Landon Blofus. He is the kicker, the kickoff specialist, I should say. The extra point kicker, Bailey Evans. Punter is Brian Martinez, Dallin Ernst, the snapper to the punter. Gavin Snyder is listed as the holder, and then the returners, Bailey Evans, James Murtis, and Gavin Snyder. So that's a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. We'll take another quick break on this Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, as we are 10 minutes away from kickoff. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
Hey everybody, this is Ford Cater with Vision Ford in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Did you know that we have software that we can use to locate the perfect pre-owned vehicle for you? You should buy what you want. We have invested in the technology to be customer friendly because we want and appreciate your business. Remember, we'll bring the test drive to you and deliver for free within 1,000 miles of the dealership. Don't worry about what we have. We will get you what you want. All makes, all models. It's simple. DriveWithVision.com.
Here, our hobbies become our work, and our work becomes our passion. But when pain or injuries keep us from doing what we love, it can affect our entire way of life. That's why we meet these challenges head on. Whatever your good day looks like, we'll find it together. This is Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, like nowhere else. Visit essentiahealth.org.
More Engineering has been dedicated to finding sustainable engineering solutions for cities like Wahpeton for more than 60 years. They offer a wide range of services, including civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental services that advance the region's infrastructure. As a 100% employee-owned company, they are committed to providing quality projects and building relationships in the communities they serve. Visit moreengineeringinc.com to learn more, or stop by their location in Wahpeton. More Engineering, improving lives by building strong communities.
Pick up the pace of farming with a Case IH precision farming system from Titan Machinery. Whether you're spreading fertilizer, strip tilling, or even farming in the dark, Case IH and Titan Machinery have the perfect guidance equipment for you. Their lineup of remarkable, accurate, hand-free guidance systems can help you optimize your profits and lifestyle by saving you big on input costs, improving yield, and reducing operator fatigue. Stop by Titan Machinery in Wahpeton today to find out how a Case IH precision farming system can help your operation.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bloff is here, joined by Austin Dimdick, and he spotted possibly an error in my starting lineups, as looks like Wyatt Differding, who we were told was back this week, said he's lining up at guard. Think you spotted there, Austin?
Yeah, it looks like he's back at left guard, and looks like Ernst is maybe back at the right guard position.
Okay, I think we forgot to throw in the disclaimer. King Differding is back in the game this week. King Wyatt Differding. It is homecoming week after all. He deserves the title, and we'll stick with that. But looks like we're about 7 minutes away from kickoff, so don't be surprised if all of a sudden we just bail on this pregame show to hop out for the starting lineup. But some keys to this game, I'm gonna fire off a few. If you got any, feel free to contribute, Austin. But I'm thinking big thing here, and it's been the same key that it has been the last few weeks, getting the offense going any way you can. And I think it's going to have to, creativity is going to be the big thing here, because they've been trying a few things, trying a few different things, but haven't really done anything like, overhauled anything or anything. But, I think we need to see some more creativity, or maybe just take some things you've used in games and sprinkle them in at different times, get the guys the ball a different way. They did some bubble screens in Frazee that really worked, but then we haven't really seen that anymore recently. So maybe some other ways, get Nito involved in a lot of variety of ways, but the offense just needs a spark any way they can get it, and I think mixing up with the creative calling maybe one way to go. What do you think?
Yeah, I think one thing, too, you got to establish Nito right away and test that ankle out early on and make sure that he's ready to rock and roll. And just like in any other game, you're playing a good West Central team here. You got to take care of the ball. We got to take care of good field position, take care of the ball, and maybe force a turnover or two on the other end. So
And looks like we're getting ready to the starting lineups here in Breckenridge. As they got the big paper to run through, of course. Cheerleaders always do a great job on that. Got to give them credit for that.
Got a large cheerleader squad this year, too.
Yeah, it's a good turnout. It's good to see. Maybe that'll be my daughter someday. When she's old enough to be in high school, she'll be a Breckenridge cheerleader. We'll see. She'll probably.
We got to get her on the girls' basketball team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't really like the coach very much, or else I would. But Breckenridge's defense, as we said early on, has just been lights out. And one of the big keys, and I've gotten teased a little bit because I really hype this kid up a lot. It's like you're really throwing a lot of praise at him. But Alex Schockert is the leading tackler coming into this game. The kid is a dog, and he just flies around the place. He's listed as defensive end. I don't know if I'd call him that. They kind of line him up. I called him the rover last week. They use him in so many different ways. Get him on the edge. Get him to just cause havoc. The kid has 31 solo tackles and 24 assists on the year. I would give you his size that he's listed at, but I don't trust it. Everybody, kind of embellishes on the size a little bit, but Shocker, I'm not 100% sure if that's so accurate with his listing, so we'll just stay away from that right now. He's also got 2 sacks on the year, so I guess maybe that defensive end title holds up a little bit, but him and Alex Martell's another one who's a guy who doesn't really look like he can be the best tackler on the block, but he flies around and makes plays too. And what do you think of these guys? Maybe I'm not gonna make this sound bad or anything, but you're maybe a little undersized back in your day, Imdick. So I'm sure you love watching this.
Oh yeah, you love to see it, but yeah, they kept me out on the wide side, out in the corner. They didn't want to mess with that. But Shocker, he is the Energizer Bunny, and he brings a lot of energy to that defensive team. And you said it exactly right. He's a rover. He's in the middle. He's on the edge. He's all over the place. And I was talking to Coach Breckenridge about that today, and I said, "What position does he actually play?" He goes, "You know what? I don't really know." So I said, "So is it rover?" Yeah, well, let's go with that.
We'll go with rover. Yeah, I was cracking up so hard that he was listed as a defensive end, at his size. And once again, listed at 5'10", 155 pounds. We'll call that generous. And funny little tidbit for you guys. The first player I remember from Breckenridge when I was younger who was a running back who also played defensive end, and it's like, how does he play defensive end, was Peter Nelson. And guess what, everybody? Peter Nelson is in the building today. Well, here at the field today. He is assistant coach for West Central Area-Ashby. So a fun little tidbit there. And, we see, I wouldn't say we see they were a little different. I wouldn't say we see some similar play styles here, but definitely another great player that comes to mind, being an undersized guy in the trenches, but, not really sweating it, making up for it in a lot of different ways. And it looks like they're going to be announcing the Breckenridge offense, and as we said earlier, Cam Nito not listed as a starter with the offense. Well, actually, they're announcing the defense, but Cam Nito not listed as a starter on offense, so we'll see what his involvement's going to be today. But like you said, Imdick, got to test that ankle out.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they keep him off the defensive side of the field. He started out playing linebacker too, so depending on how the game goes, it'll be interesting to see if they stick true to their guns there and just keep him on the offensive side, or how that ends up shaking out.
I'm sure Coach Frederickson's kind of chomping at the bit a little bit to run him out at defense. Coach Frederickson being a defensive coach, and I'm sure he would love to just get even another playmaker on this defense that has just been outstanding the last few weeks. So looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll take a quick break and come back with your opening kick. You're listening to Look and Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
There are several things that make me proud to be part of Breckenridge Senior High School. My students are very hardworking and respectful. Those two qualities make my school day enjoyable. They have been working hard on active classroom lessons this year. Students enjoy working together and are finding that they can learn from each other. I'm also proud to be teaching college math classes to our juniors and seniors. These classes have challenged our students to become more academically responsible for their learning. Breckenridge is a great school, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Well, that'll do it for the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. Turner Bluff is back here, joined by Austin Nimdick, as we're getting ready for this opening kick on homecoming.
Let's play some football.
Everybody's got to love the homecoming. Having flashbacks to my homecoming right now. We lost. We'll see if Breckenridge has a little better luck than we did that night. As kickoff team getting ready to rock. You guys didn't know, if you're listening on B92.7 FM, you can also watch the game on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live. If you're having some issues getting to it, just go to kbmwnews.com, hover over the videos tab, and yeah, it'll take you right there. Made it as easy as I could. The Breckenridge kickoff team heads out. As we said earlier, Len and Blofus will handle the kickoffs. And West Central Area sending their kick return out. And back to return it. Looks to me to be number 3 for West Central Area. And that is Torrin Olson. He's the lone man. He's got a couple guys in front of him. Breckenridge breaks the huddle. They're going to stick with their standard kickoff set. 5 guys to each side of Blofus. And as I say every game, the only guy that I'm pretty sure I'm getting his name right. Getting ready to kick it off. Breckenridge, we're in the white pants with the green stripes on it. And they're going to start off with a squib kick over to the right, over to the left side of the field, and it goes out of bounds. So we start off this game with a penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And the Fredericks are there. Couple great local agents, and looks like we're going to kick it again.
Move them back 5 yards and have them kick off from the 35.
Blofus going to look to redeem himself here as they back up. I love the aggressiveness of trying to, get a pooch and get into that soft spot, but didn't pay off for them to start this off. And guess who's the wedge buster that I was talking about in the pregame show? Alex Schockert next to the kicker. And they boot it. A little more oomph on it this time. Goes to the other side of the field. Mishandled. Scooped up. Ran with it. And ran through one defender. And then another one waiting there for him. So they'll start off close to the 50 on their own 43. That was Brian Martinez making the tackle, the lineman on the kickoff team. Got to show a lot of love to the linemen who are on the kickoff team when they do something other than kick. And here's a new tradition. They usually have one of the younger guys go out and get the team. Mr. Herder went and grabbed that. How does that happen? We'll come back to that later. West Central Area on offense. Snap it, high snap, drop back to pass, and a little quick screen up the middle. A lot of room to run for Sikora, but it looks like there's a flag, so this is probably going to be coming up, but a nice gain by Anthony Sikora. A good playmaker.
Brought down by Alex Martell. There's a flag on the play.
And looks like a holding on the Knights. It's penalty break once again, brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. As The Knights had a nice first play to start this off, but ends up getting negated.
Yeah, they caught Breckenridge being really aggressive there on the first play. It slipped in a little middle screen, and that was a beautiful drop.
If you can say one thing about this Breckenridge defense, it's they're aggressive. Especially these guys on the edge. You can see they're just creeping up right now. Going to go with their wing set now. And they do a nice pitch to the right side, and it is run down. Bluff is the first man there, gets through there, but a couple guys waiting for him. Colin Roberts, Alex Martell, Bailey Evans. Good pursuit there. Waffus slowed him down, grabbed onto the jersey, and waited for the boys to come. It was a little quick pitch, go off tackle. But a good job running that down from the backside by the defensive tackle. Knights come up to the line. And they're going to go with a pistol. Quarterback pretty close to the center, though. Kind of stands where a fullback would in an I formation. Drops back to pass. Looking deep. Tosses it down the left sideline, and it is caught. A nice catch there by the Knight receiver. Hunter Norby, the receiver. Hauled that in for a big gain.
That gain is good enough for a Knights first.
And you know, a team that usually likes to keep it on the ground for the most part.
27-yard line.
It's always nice to wrinkle in a pass or a deep pass to kind of catch them off guard. Cowboy defense definitely not ready for that one. They're going to go back with the wing set. Motion to man over. They're going to do a fullback dive. And Martell there, as well as Dallin Ernst. Gain of maybe one on the play. Colin Roberts there to help out as well.
Initial hit by Colin Roberts.
Bit of a fullback misdirection handoff there. Got back to the line, it looks like.
Like no gain on the play, so it's 2nd and 10 for the Knights.
As West Central is currently at about the 27-yard line.
Just like we've been seeing all year, good penetration from the front line there, Breckenridge.
We're going to go with the pistol set once again. Paulson. They're going to do a sweep. And Evans there, but gets thrown down. Breaks another tackle by the sideline. Ends up getting about 3 or 4 yards out of it.
Hunter Norby on that.
Hunter Norby once again gets the touch.
Yeah, we're going to be calling that name a lot tonight, Turner.
Yeah, him and Sikora, some good playmakers for this West Central area offense. And now they're at the 26. Breckenridge 26. Knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone. Out of the shotgun this time around, running back to the right of Paulson. Good drop back to pass, a quick one.
Yes.
And it is tipped and incomplete.
Norby's going to want that one back right off the fingertips.
Evan Carlson's pass.
And it was a nice route, or I mean, nice quick delivery out there to get it to him. And yeah, you can't let that one go through the hands, that's for sure. So that'll set up a 4th down, a big 4th down for this Breckenridge defense already. As West Central is just shy of the red zone, almost on the 20. And they're going to go out of the gun, or out of the pistol. Motion a man over. Paulson gets the snap, and he's going to fake pump fake, throw it out to the flats, and it's incomplete. Breckenridge's defense holds. Now their offense is going to get their first crack at it.
The Cowboys will take over on downs.
As Breckenridge's defense continues that shutout streak.
At the 21-yard line.
I remember talking to Coach Frederickson a couple weeks ago, and I asked him if that ends up being like something that kind of the players focus on a little bit. And he said, well, they don't talk about it in front of me. I said, that's probably a good way to go about it. Can't focus on the little things. You got to focus on the things that contribute to wins. They're going to start out of the gun here. Peterson to the left of Roberts. Motion a man over into the backfield. And actually, it's Nito. Goes up the middle with the QB blast. So much for Nito not starting off this game on offense. Goes for a gain of about 6 or 7. And now Nito comes out of the game, or actually, they're going to keep him in the game. As Shockert's going to come out of the game.
Brings up 2nd and 1 for the Cowboys.
I'm going to have a conversation with Coach Fredrickson about his starting lineups. Got to be honest on these things. 2nd and 2. It looks like they're going to go with the wishbone. Haven't seen this year. Straight handoff on the left side to Nito. And I'm assuming what the thought process here as Nito goes for that first down is, you know, if we're going to be using Nito kind of more as a running back, then we got to get some more running back heavy sets.
And Nito looks excited to be back. He's running the ball hard those first 2 carries.
Well, that's a good way to get him acclimated. Give it to him on the first 2 plays on offense.
Like we said, we want to test that ankle out early. Looks like they're doing just that.
He's doing a good job of getting downhill, as he always does. Don't need to give him credit for that. He doesn't run like a quarterback, that's for sure. Wishbone again. They're going to go off tackle. And it looks like that was Jimmy Murtis on that one. For a gain of, looks like 2. Got to give George Sanchez some credit there on the chain gang. Moving over pretty quick. His son Alex playing tight end tonight for this Cowboy offense. Also a free safety. Breckenridge comes up the line. The I formation. They're going to do a toss right to Griffin Bussey. Bussey going to cut it the other way. Makes a nice read, but ends up maybe getting back to the line here. And I had been giving Bussey some credit in the last few weeks, some great vision. I think that's the best thing he's got in his toolkit is the ability to know when to cut it up, when to bounce it.
Hey, you know, him and Jimmy Murtis are really a great 1-2 punch. Jimmy's going to try to get to the sideline and use those wheels, where we've seen Bussey, like you said, really be a good decisive runner with his vision.
Looks like Le'Veon Bell in his prime. Being very patient behind this line. Breckenridge's offensive line doing a good job on the run blocking this year. And this time, as I say that, it gets blown up in the backfield on a QB blast. Nito takes a big shot. And that was a nice tackle there. And I was trying to track down the Matson Hoff, the player. My apologies on that. We got the roster listed not by number, so it's a little tricky today. And now Breckenridge is going to be forced to punt, 4th and 10 in their own territory. Dylan Bernadez, the punter now. Waiting on the snap.
For the Cowboys.
Murtis the up man, checking with him if he's good. Clean snap, boots it away. And it is mishandled. And Martell, the first man there, Alex Martell, making the nice tackle from his bullet spot. And Alex Shocker, a nice pair of bullets to have on the punt team.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights.
West Central area, going to try to redeem themselves after turning it over on downs. Drove down the field. A nice big hookup on a go route, but ends up not turning into any points for the Knights. They're going to go with their wing formation again. Got everybody kind of nice and packed in there. Breckenridge has faced a lot of offenses like that this year, especially in the last couple weeks. And it looks like they're going to go up the middle for a gain of, looks like about 4. And as was the case the last couple weeks too, I might not be 100% sure who gets the handoff on some of these, but I'll do my darndest.
Wyatt Differding in on the tackle.
First time we get to call Wyatt Differding's number there on the tackle.
King Wyatt making his presence felt in his first game back. We've seen something from all 3 of the guys who just got back this week. Bernardes with a nice punt. Nito with a couple nice runs. Now Differding getting a tackle. Drop back to pass. Paulson looking for the go route again. Actually, not a go route, but more of a it's like a corner route, but incomplete.
Pass is intended for Corin Olsen.
As they're trying to get their groove going. Evan Paulson, the senior quarterback, trying to get into the flow of things. And that was a good way for them to kind of get the ball rolling with that middle screen to start it off. But looks like he's still kind of looking for it a little bit. And now they're going to go with the wing formation again. One receiver out to the left. Motion a man over in the backfield. And it's going to be a pitch out to the left side. Breckenridge's defense had a few chances at it, but broke both tackles, and he's still going, and Martell ran him down. It was a heck of a run there by Hunter Norby. I think 3 Cowboys had a shot at him, but he's a tough guy to bring down one-on-one.
He is a big fella, that's for sure.
Going to check what he was listed as on the roster. We don't have the height and weight. My apologies. Paulson in the pistol. Motions a man over. He's got Sikora behind him, and he hands it off to Sikora. Makes a nice cut over to the left side. Roberts, first man there on the tackle, and Blofis comes to help out.
Anthony Sikora on the carry.
Anthony Sikora. Him and Norby. Heck of a couple playmakers for this squad. This West Central Area-Ashby squad. Can't be forgetting about that. I got some Ashby people that I know that are not going to be happy if I forget about that. So back to the wing formation. One wing to each side, a fullback lined up behind Paulson. Motion Sikora over. Fakes the handoff. Does an option. Over to the right side, but well played by Martell. Dallin Ernst over there too. And they played that perfectly to make the quarterback cut it up. So that'll set up a 3rd and 7. 0-0 with 4:20 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. West Central area. Ashby comes up to the line. Once again, one with the double wing. Paulson. And it's going to be a little bit of a reverse and eaten up quickly by the Breckenridge defense. They were not falling for that, so they went with a pitch to the right and then a quick handoff over to the left side, but they might have just been better off hanging on when the first guy got the pitch because there were a few Cowboys waiting for him. Landon Bloff is one of them. And we got a first West Central Area-Ashby punt of the night.
Yeah, Landon and Bailey Evans there did a great job of blowing that up.
Bailey Evans doing a nice job this year. I've said his name a decent amount of times too. Kind of just does one of those guys who kind of just does all the little things right. It all adds up. Knights getting ready to punt way high, but reeled in. He's going to try to roll out, and it gets blown up. Alex Shocker there, and the punter is not thrilled. I don't blame him. Tyler Stone was the punter trying to roll out and do something, but when your lineman is a punter, you know, your odds are not great, but a great job there by the Breckenridge punt return team. Start them off with good field position. They're going to take over at the Knight 32.
And imagine that, Shocker there making first contact.
Oh, I love that kid. Flying around, just playing fast. Breckenridge huddling up. Going to try to do a little better in their last drive. They moved the sticks right away on the last drive, but then kind of stalled right away. They're going to spread them out. A couple receivers out to the left, one to the right. Motion Bernada's over. And he gets it on a handoff, but it is blown up. And it looks like that was Stone taking out those frustrations from that high punt snap and saying, yeah, that was not my best effort on the punt, but I'm going to make up for it here on defense, and he did. Bernades comes out of the game. Murtis running in the play. And Bernades trying to run back in now, but it might be a little too late. They broke the huddle already, but we'll see what they do. Three receivers out of the right. They're going to go trips right, one receiver out to the left, and a running back in the backfield. Roberts takes a snap, throws it, and ends up getting picked off. And Norby gets wrapped up by Roberts and breaks the tackle, actually. But a big return there by Hunter Norby. And I know we were talking about kind of getting those quick tosses into the offense, but that one didn't work out so hot. I think he might not have had enough time to kind of evaluate that. But the return is into the Titan Machinery Red Zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapaton. West Central Area-Ashby takes over with 20 yards to go to get into the end zone. And Bernada is getting checked out by the athletic trainer. Not too happy, it looks like, as well. Knights, after the big spark from Norby. Paulson in the pistol. Sikora behind him. Motions a man over to the right. Takes a snap. Handoff on the left side. And tries to kind of hurdle a defender there, but Only gets a few yards out of that. I think Wyatt Differding was over in on that.
On the stop.
Thank you for everyone tuning in on B92.7
Picked up
or on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live. Beautiful night for a football game. This first quarter winding down pretty quick. 1:52 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Both teams still looking for their first score. Mixing it up a little bit. We're going to go with a pair of running backs in the backfield, one receiver out to each side, and a tight end out of the shotgun. And they're going to fake the handoff, do a little triple option action on the right side. Sikora has it. And makes a couple guys miss with a nice juke, cuts it up, loses handle of the ball, runs over his own teammate, and waltzes into the end zone. What a play by Anthony Sikora. 20-yard TD rush.
Nice touchdown.
Heck of a run there. As Breckenridge has given up their first points since September 10th.
The referee's got a tough job to do, but I saw 2 holding calls there for sure. You could see Martell trying to plead his case, but to no avail.
Yeah, that was a great job. Well, that was even without the holds, he might have been missing some, or he might have been making the tacklers miss anyways. 2-point conversion try here. Out of the pistol. All set. Fakes the handoff. He's got a man coming his way. Throws it into the end zone for 2. That was Norby on that catch.
Pass is complete.
As the shutout streak comes to an end, we'll take a very quick break. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 8, Breckenridge 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as the shutout streak has come to an end. West Central Area-Ashby Knights with a 20-yard touchdown rush by Anthony Sikora. He's lived up to the hype on that run alone.
Yeah, Breckenridge done a good job of keeping him in check up until that point, and then he kind of let it all loose there. A couple nice juke moves, very elusive.
And now it's getting booted off to the Cowboys, and they go with an onside kick. It looks like it was recovered by the front man.
Jacob Kunkel on the recovery there.
Hey, showing off the hands. He's got some action at tight end this year. When Roberts was at quarterback and Sanchez was out of the lineup. And my apologies for the less than stellar camera work at times, everybody. I'm getting better at it, but it's a lot to run the camera and keep track of stats and whatnot. Well, I'm not fully keeping track of stats. That's Mr. Imdick over here. Actually keeps the team stats. That's how we got onto the topic of him doing color for me. I was like, you're up here anyways. Breckenridge. Going to go with Nito on the QB keeper. Has to cut it up where a few Knights are waiting for him. But he doesn't give them the satisfaction of throwing him on the ground. But the play is dead. Tackle for a loss nonetheless. Actually got back to the line, so gaining nothing on the play. And now Nito will come out of the game. As we're seeing some interesting use of the personnel today. When you got a guy who is that versatile, you may as well use him in a lot of different ways. Breckenridge comes up to the line. I formation. This is kind of more the traditional sets we've been seeing this year. Roberts with the play action fake. Tosses it with a nice catch by Gavin Peterson. Reels it in with one hand and then gets hit out of bounds. That'll move the sticks.
Heck of a catch by Gavin there.
You know, they've been really loving that the fullback floods, you know. They've been going to him a lot this year, and it's been fun to see. And, you know, when you need a spark in the passing game, a nice little easy completion like that's kind of the way to go.
Yeah, you know, Gavin packs a punch too. And when guys have to tackle him, they think twice about it the next time.
Yeah, I've said this a few times in the game. He's actually listed as heavier than all but one of the linemen, I think, by my count. Wishbone Receiver out to the left. And they're going to go with a dive up the middle of the needle out of the running back position, but they're ready for him once again.
Needle on the carry.
Tough to get anything going there. And I think he might have even lost a yard or two on that one, but now they're going to see, got back to the line, it looks like.
No gain on
So that'll set up 2nd and 10.
for the Cowboys.
But that'll wrap up the quarter. As it winds down, that was the final play of the quarter. And we'll take a quick break. Your score after one quarter, Knights 8, Cowboys 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what quality recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Welcome back to Breckenridge as the Cowboys facing a 2nd and 10. Here to start the second quarter. They're going to start off with a play-action fake. Roberts throws it out to the flats, looking for Peterson again, but incomplete.
Colin Roberts' pass is intended to Gavin Peterson is incomplete. Brings up third.
And Imdick let me know at the break that Breckenridge is sitting at 19 yards of offense so far. This West Central Area-Ashby team locked in on the defensive end to start this off. And the Cowboy defense, they've had that had a solid hold on that first drive, but definitely going to have to step it up after that last drive. Too many missed tackles on a couple different plays. Breckenridge heading up the line on this 3rd and 10. They are on the 44 of West Central Area-Ashby. Roberts going to drop back to pass once again. He's going to look deep on the right side, and incomplete. Overthrew him a little bit. Looks like he was looking for Dylan Bernardes on the play. And if you're going to throw a deep ball, that's kind of the ideal guy to do it to. We saw a lot of great things from him both earlier this year and last season. And I know I've said this a few times this year, but to get some reps at wide receiver last year with all the playmakers they had is an impressive statement. So Breckenridge looking to punt it. I want to give the Knights too good of field position to start off with here. Bernardes back to punt once again. Second one of the night. Low snap. He's going to have to run with it. He's going to throw it and ends up getting picked off. And it's Norby again. And it looks like he's going to be taking it for 6 unless he can get run down here. And he goes in for 6. Second pick of the night, and this one goes for 6. What a play by Hunter Norby. On the broken punt. What a play. And I heard a decent amount about Sikora coming into this game, but Norby is the one that's really jumping out on going to jump out on the tape after this game. Making his impact felt on offense and on defense. He also caught a 2-point conversion. So now Breckenridge trailing 14-0. They're going to look to get a stop here on this 2-point conversion. Going to go out of the pistol. Actually move it over to the shotgun. Sikora in the backfield with Paulson. I'll be surprised if we see another throw here like we did on the last 2-point conversion. A little bit of a high snap. Throws it over on the right side and kind of the same play, and it goes in for the 2-point conversion. And we will take a quick break as the Knights have gone up 16-0. Cole Anderson reeled in that two-point conversion.
Evan Paulson's pass.
You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as the Knights have just made it a two-score game. 16-0. Oh, I was about to make fun of the scoreboard people. They had 17-0. And they can make fun of me for not having the camera ready. Getting ready for the kickoff. First kickoff of the night for the Knights. And it is Buddha's second kickoff of the night, I should say. And it goes by the sideline and out of bounds. Forgot about that onside kick attempt they had right away. And we'll see if they have them just kick it again. It's what West Central did. And we'll see the same thing here. Breckenridge having the same mentality. Let's scoot you back a little bit and then have you punt it or have you kick it again. So booting this for the Knights is actually, he's got the wrong number there. Brady Lindquist. And he boots it away. This one a little more down the middle, a little more manageable. Scooped up cleanly and then burst out to the right. Looks like that's Gavin Snyder on the return. Throws a nice stiff arm. You get a big return out of this one. Goes down the sideline and knocked out of bounds at about the 25. Gavin Snyder, welcome back. The heck of a return.
Brady Lindquist on that pushes him out of bounds. Good enough.
And I remember, everybody probably remembers Gavin Snyder was the hero of that Frazee game. So he's a playmaker. He had an interception in that game, and he also hauled in the game-winning touchdown pass to start off the overtime.
Yeah, he's really bursted onto the scene this year. It's been great to see for Gavin.
Yeah, I remember hearing some good stuff from his assistant coaches. Well, one of them's my cousin. That kind of helps out. Easton Urbis was giving me some insight into how their scrimmage went. And he said that was kind of one of the bigger surprises. He's really jumped out at wide receiver. They're going to start off, motion a man over. Nito makes a man miss in the backfield, cuts it out to the left, throws a little stiff arm, spins off another guy, and then gets wrapped up. But he won't go down.
He's still going.
May as well carry a guy while he's at it. Big gain on the play. It looks like he got about a dozen. Cam Nito making a beautiful read on that one because he had a man in his grill right away when he started running.
Made a man miss 3 yards behind the line and then ended up dragging another for about 8 yards.
You know, it seems like every time he bursts a really nice run, like that's going to be fun to watch on the highlight video, he always shows off that he's the whole package. He always makes a guy miss. He always shows that he can outrun guys. He shows that he can throw a dude on the ground. Like, I just love watching him run.
Yeah, you kind of hold your breath every time he has the ball in his hands. You just never know what's going to happen next.
And I know Coach Fredrickson won't love this, but I'm going to ask him if he's ever tried hurdling a guy. You got to show the whole package. You got to show you can also hurdle a guy if it comes down to it. Don't tell Coach I said that. They're going to go out of the shotgun, motion a man over. Nito with another QB burst. Bulldozes a man and goes in for 6 from 12 yards out. Cam Nito fired up in his first game back. What a run by the junior quarterback.
And you could hear those pads pop at about the 3-yard line. He bulldozed that WCA defender over.
I'm sore just watching it. That was a heck of a run. And, you know, I kind of thought, you know, a little bit of me was like, oh, that was a nice run on that last one, but I think they're going to be ready for him if they run that play again. But they ran it again beautifully. Got a nice little surge there. Caught him off guard, I think, a little bit. Breckenridge going to look to try to make this a one-score game. They need to get this two-point conversion to do it. Nito in the shotgun. Motions a man over. And they're going to run it with him again up the middle. And it looks like he is in. Cam Nito making it an 8-point game. And also, with that touchdown, More Engineering will be making a donation to the Breckenridge Touchdown Club. And we'll take a very quick break. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 8, Breckenridge 16. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hello, this is your water softener talking. I love Morton salt crystals.
Have you fed your water softener lately? Ensure you have softer feeling skin and hair with Morton Pure and Natural Water Softener Crystals. Stop by Farmers Union Oil to check out our variety of Morton salts. Your water softener will love you for it.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field. As Breckenridge has gotten on the board, Cam Nito putting the team on his back. 3 straight runs with this, basically the same exact action out of the shotgun. First they got about a 12-yard gain on it, and then they got a 12-yard touchdown on it, and then they were like, you know what, let's get the 2-point conversion on it too while we're at it. Landon Bloffus getting ready to boot this away. And boots this one deep. It's hauled in on the left side. And nice pursuit there by the Breckenridge kickoff team. Fired up after this Nito touchdown. And that was Paul Armitage on the tackle.
Paul Armitage on that tackle.
Armitage, a freshman on this kickoff team.
Good tackle on a big Norby player as well.
Some young blood.
Talking to Coach Bogenreef today, he said, I wouldn't be surprised if Armitage carried the ball 35 times last night in the JV
Oh,
game.
really? So he's pretty worn out. Gonna talk to whoever's calling those plays. I love it. Gonna go back to the wing set. Bringing everyone tight end. They don't even have a wide receiver out wide. They're gonna do a toss to the right to Sikora. He gets tripped up, and then a couple Cowboys waiting there for him. Dallin Ertz kind of tossed the guy into the pile for good measure.
Gavin Peterson in on that tackle.
And one of the best parts about having Imdick doing color for me is he can tell me how far out that score was from, or what time it came out. I believe it was 10:35, but we'll go back to that in the halftime show. Running back to each side of the QB. Paulson waiting on the snap. Motion Sikora over to the right. They're going to throw it. And over the middle, Colin Roberts with a nice tackle. Actually broke up the pass. Heck of a job there on the coverage. And Mattson Hoff, the intended receiver there.
I'm sorry, it was incomplete.
A good job there by Roberts to set up the 3rd and 12. This is where this Breckenridge defense is at its best usually. Hey, it's a passing down. Let's have some fun. It's usually what they're saying. Paulson drops back to pass. Throws it over to the right and it is broken up. Actually just dropped by Norby. And a little just a little observation here, but I don't know. He's got a couple passes on offense, but on defense he hauls them in. So I don't know. Maybe when he's on defense, he thinks he's a wide receiver. We'll go with that.
I think he heard Gavin Peterson's footsteps approaching there.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to get hit across the middle like that. He might have thought it was Colin Roberts, to be honest. Roberts kind of just made it rung a guy's bell when he went across the middle. But if he thought it was Peterson, too, yeah, that wouldn't be very fun. So we'll see if this punt goes better than the last one. It was a high snap the last time around. This one, perfect snap. Booted up. And a little bit of miscommunication there, it looked like maybe, because I think Snyder was thinking Bernardez was maybe going to come over to return that. But it bounces, gets a nice night bounce. Now Breckenridge will have 80 yards to go to get into the end zone.
Beautiful
we also got
Tyler Stone.
Got a flag on the play. This penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Oh, they're saying it's a Cowboy penalty. We'll see. Check out the white hat. And they're going to go block in the back, or block in the back actually on West Central Area. it was a little surprising there. See if Breckenridge gets on this.
Cowboys.
Oh, I think they signaled the wrong way. I think it was actually on Breckenridge. That's all right. We're all having fun here. So Cowboys will move back to the 10-yard line, it looks like, where they'll start their drive. So they got 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this first half, so plenty of time, obviously. With all the scoring coming in the second quarter, it seems like we should be further along than we really are, but that's all right. More football, the better. So they got Nito at quarterback. Gavin Peterson in the backfield with him. We're going to see if they stick with running with him. And we ended up having a broken play. Once again, this penalty brought to you by our local State Farm agents, man-to-man of Frederick. So legal procedure, scooch him back. Breckenridge has got to be conscious about a possible safety here. Going to have to get out of the back of their own end zone. Backed up against their own end zone, I should say. And we'll see if that adjusts the play calling at all. Maybe you don't want to go shotgun when you're in this kind of a situation, I'm thinking.
Maybe a West Central player came across early to draw.
And now we'll see.
They're going to stay with that, I believe.
Yep, it is the illegal procedure.
Cowboys, so they move it back.
It's going to push them just inside.
So the Cowboys,
So they're moving it back to the...
we're going to go with Nito again on that play. Once again, saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. See if Cam can bust 190 yards here.
It looks like they're setting up that end around. They've been motioning Murtis around on each one of those.
It's a good guy to get on the edge. Send him across, and then they're just going to stick with Nito. He goes out to the right side. Now he's going to look to cut it up. I think Snyder might have actually hit Nito there a little bit, trying to throw a block. So got about 4 yards on that one. So that'll set up a second and a short 11.
Second and 10 for the Cowboys.
10 yards for the Cowboys, trailing 16-8.
Bernadez running in a play, as is Griffin Bussey. And the thing about with the two quarterback system is, I don't know, maybe it makes you just a little bit predictable at times. If we got Cam in, it's probably going to be QB blast. If it's Colin, we're maybe going to be seeing a little bit of some bootleg action or something. So maybe we'll see if they kind of mix it up a little bit here. Maybe get Cam to throw one here. And they're going to go with Nito again up the middle. And a few West Central area Knights waiting for him. One of them being Hunter Norby. Now Breckenridge in a bit of a dilemma here.
Third and 9 for the Cowboys.
And Breckenridge at their own 10. They got 9 yards to get the first down, so we'll see if they're going to try to open up the playbook a little bit here. Maybe have Roberts try to get it through the air. Roberts is at quarterback, so they're going to stick with kind of how they've been doing it. He goes under center for the kind of more so passing downs, I think. Fakes the handoff on the left side. Rolls out to the left, looking for a man deep, and ends up overthrowing it. Almost a one-handed interception there. Which would have been a heck of a catch by Cole Anderson. But he does not haul it in, so Breckenridge is going to have to punt it away.
Bring up fourth down.
Once again, thank you to everyone joining on KBMW News Live, where we're live streaming this game. Hope you got it on your TV. If you don't know how to do it, I'll talk you through it some other time. Shoot me an email or something. So 7:28 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. West Central Area-Ashby Knights trail or leading the Cowboys 16-8, looking to spoil their homecoming after getting beat up on by Breckenridge last season. And Bernadez boots it away. Short kick, hauled in, and fair caught. I got a little tunnel vision there. I didn't think he fair caught that, so I was thinking he was about to take a big lick. So the Knights taking over with some short field position.
36-yard line, and probably when he sets it down there.
Taking over on the Breckenridge 36. And the Cowboy defense looking to come up big once again. Forced a punt the last time out. Knights, a little bit of miscommunication coming out of the huddle. Sending a pair of receivers out to the right. Most of the other actions going to the left, except for Sikora lined up behind Paulson. Paulson motions the man over to the right. Snaps it. Hands it off on the right side. Sikora looking to make a nice read out of it. Only ends up getting a couple yards.
Colin Roberts on the stop.
They'll set up 2nd and 8.
Gain of about 2, so it's 2nd and 8 for the Knights.
7 minutes remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
You know, Colin Roberts uses that QB vision defensively. He makes a lot of good reads, and he's one of the first guys on first contact. A lot of plays.
Well, that middle linebacker, the quarterback of the defense. And veteran experience doesn't hurt either. After starting all last season at linebacker. And they're going to do a toss out of the pistol to the right. And good pursuit by Breckenridge. But Sikora breaks one tackle and then gets wrapped up with the legs. And that was Bailey Evans making the nice play.
Bailey Evans coming in and making the tackle back
And a good job staying disciplined, you know.
Bring up 3rd down.
One guy misses a tackle, but that guy's got to run to your gap after that. So good job there pursuing by Bailey Evans.
Shocker blows it up, and Evans cleans it up.
Going out of the pistol. Little unorthodox how close the QB is to the center, though, of this pistol, I will say. Snap, and they're looking deep, and he's got a man, but overthrows him.
Bluff is putting pressure
And now
on
we
the
have a
QB.
flag. I'm not sure what that's on.
Intended for Ryder Staples.
Penalty.
Flag on the play.
Once again, brought to you by State Farm Agents Man-to-Man to Frederick. Not sure what that's about. That came in late. It was an uncatchable ball.
From the previous spot, it's not a spot.
We'll see what we got here. Because it looked like the DB wasn't, you know, that close to the receiver, but we'll see.
No chance to get to Staples.
Waiting on the call.
There was contact when that ball was in the air.
And
Calling unsportsmanlike.
interesting. I don't know if that was on the sideline, but unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, sideline interference. Someone was out by the field for Breckenridge. And that is a tough break for the Cowboys. Not 100% sure who that was. Coach Frederickson disputing it. And the thing is, they were like 10 yards further than anyone can be down the field, so we're going to have to go back to the tape on that one. I'm not 100% sure who that was on. But either way, first down for the Knights. And they are into the Titan Machinery red zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. And they're going to start off with another pass. And throw. He's got a man near the end zone, and it is in for 6. 20-yard strike. And Paulson to
Evan Paulson's pass is complete
and
to Cole Anderson.
Cole Anderson on that one.
Touchdown.
Had to double check the number for a second there. But a nice job finding his man who was coming out of the slot for the 20-yard strike with 5:49 remaining in this first half.
So the West Central Area-Ashby Knights is 5 for 2.
So the Knights going to go for 2 again. So far 2 for 2 on the night.
Going for 2 again. They've converted their first 2 opportunities tonight.
And Sikora actually taking the snap this time around. They're going to do some Wildcat action, but none doing. And now we got another flag brought to you by Man-to-Man to Frederick State Farm Agents.
Flags thrown on the field.
And they're going to call a hold, but that's going to be declined.
Penalty against the Knights, and it's been
We will take a quick break as the Cowboys now trail 22-8. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 and watching on KBMW News Live.
It's time to celebrate. Red River Communications has been bringing you quality products and services for 70 years. Red River Communications has become the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. They offer speeds up to a gig and the quality personal service to go with it. Call them today at 701-553-8309 and get yourself on the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. Red River Communications, growing and connecting the Southern Valley for over 70 years.
And Breckenridge, after a sideline penalty, moved the sticks for the Knights. Ended up giving up a touchdown from 20 yards out.
Snyder and Murtis
Hauled in by
Back
Cole
deep
Anderson,
for
the
the
junior wide receiver.
Cowboys.
I can
20
imagine
yard
the
TD.
coaching staff's going to be taking a look on that one on tape, and one of the boys might be getting an earful on that one.
Or one of the coaches.
Or
You never know.
Or one of the coaches. You're right.
And it ends up dribbling out of bounds. I think they're going to have him re-kick it again if tradition holds.
West Central Area kickoff goes out of bounds. West Central Area just scoring.
And I am just so curious. Might run down there myself, just skip the halftime show just to inquire. So we'll re-kick it again. The third time a kickoff has gone out of bounds today.
Have a move back 5 yards and re-kick from the 35.
Cowboys trail 22-8 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 5:49 remaining in this opening half.
Braden Inquist will key it up again.
And booting this once again is Brady Lindquist. Lindquist getting ready to boot it away. See if he tries to send it deep this time around. And ends up being a short kick, fielded by the up man. And a nice little return there. As they're looking to take over kind of near the 45. Looks like that was Gavin Peterson hauling that in. It's not too bad having one of your guys from your backfield on the wall. It's kind of a different story having him reel it in and run with it than one of your linemen.
44-yard line.
Breckenridge looking to get another spark on offense. A little better field position this time around than their last drive, where they had to start it after a penalty on the punt return on their own 10. We go with the wishbone. Toss to the right. Nito running in. Now we got another flag. Got to be thinking this one's going to be a hold or a block in the back. And it is a block in the back on Breckenridge. And now Nito looks to have possibly agitated that ankle. He's standing on it. And he's going to try to hobble off now. Athletic trainer Sean Owens helping him off the field. I think the fact that he can walk off on it is a bit of a good sign. Hopefully not too of a... didn't aggravate it too bad. So now Breckenridge kind of back in the same boat they were in the last couple weeks. Robert's going to be the guy now, full time. And by the way, Breckenridge ended up, after that penalty, getting set back 5 yards. So 2nd and 15. Colin Roberts at quarterback in the I formation. And fakes the handoff. It is blown up. He actually fumbles it. And the Knights dive on it. We got a flag on the play. And Roberts seems to be saying that's going to be, might have grabbed my the horse collar or a face mask. Not 100% sure, but he fumbled that. And they got that kind of sniffed out on that play action. And by the way, Nito doing some jogging on the sideline. Officials having a discussion. And they might be saying that Roberts was throwing it, actually. But it looked like it was a, my unprofessional opinion. I thought it looked like a fumble, but you might be saying he was tossing it. Oh, they're actually going to go with intentional grounding, so they do call it a pass, so a nice break for Breckenridge here.
Actually, it's a penalty. Intentional grounding, it's the loss of down. So therefore the
still not an ideal situation, obviously, for Breckenridge, but it beats a turnover. At least this situation, you can still get a chance to punt it if you can't come up with this first down from a mile away.
That'll be third down. Third and a whole bunch.
Third and let's see if I can do some math here. I went to Breckenridge. I should be okay. We'll say 30-something. Nah, we'll go 20-something.
Third and about 32 for the Cowboys.
32? Yeah. I should have had you as my math teacher, Dick.
Oh, math ain't my strong suit.
Out of the shotgun, Roberts. Tossing it deep. And it is picked off once again. And let's see, is it this time? And I thought it was, for a second there, Norby, but it actually was Matson Hoff hauling in the pick on the deep ball.
Brought down immediately.
Roberts trying to stretch the field down, or stretch it down the field.
At the Cowboy 49.
But I think there was about 2 or 3 Knight players there. But if you're going to try to say silver lining out of this one, maybe you could look at it as, oh, this might have been where we ended up if we punted away anyways. So kind of the same result, but the Knights have 5:08 remaining in this first half to add to their lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. One receiver out to the right, pistol set. Paulson takes the snap, throws it over to the right where he's got a man. Peterson on the tackle, but it looks like that's going to move the chains.
Paulson's pass is complete to Hunter Norby.
Hunter Norby once again getting targeted. They're saying we don't mind if you got a couple drops. We're still going to keep going to you.
At the 37-yard line.
West Central Area-Ashby coming up to the line. They're moving the sticks on the first play. One receiver out to the right. Everybody else pretty tight end. Either a tight end or running back. And they're going to go Wildcat with Sikora. Runs it on the right side. Tries to cut it up. A nice gain. He's going to drag a couple Cowboys with him. Gain him about 7 or 8 on the play.
Landon Bloff is in on the stop.
Landon got carried a little bit there, and he's a big boy. Sikora is definitely shown tonight he's a tough runner.
2nd and 3 for the Knights.
So we got our
Timeout.
West Central Area-Ashby. We'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. It's timeout break brought to you by High Camp Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
At Twin Town Villa, their focus is on comfort, security, peace of mind, and quality of life for their residents. They're extending an invitation to you to stop and experience how their assisted living community is different. Their 1- and 2-bedroom apartments are spacious and fully functional, and their list of amenities is endless. Their mission centers around family with assistance, supportive services, and quality health care all under one roof at Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. Check them out on Facebook or visit their website at twintownvilla.com. Call them 643-9542 to schedule a tour today.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as West Central Area-Ashby drop back to pass, but ends up having a flag before the play. Penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick.
Penalty is against the Knights.
So that'll move him back a bit.
Will bring up 2nd down.
As the Knights now facing a 2nd and 8. Going to go out of the pistol after having a 2nd and a couple. Paulson drops back to pass. Looking deep once again, testing the secondary, and he's got a man, and he'll walk in for 6. Hunter Norby once again. 36-yard strike. Got to give him credit. They're giving the secondary a run for their money today.
Beautiful ball by Paulson there. Landon Bloffus absolutely laid him out, and he still delivered a ball just right on the money.
And this is the first real passing threat Breckenridge has kind of faced this year. So this secondary kind of a little green to this kind of an offense. I think they were expecting a little more run-oriented play, but now they're going to go with Sikora and the Wildcat again. Last time didn't pay off. He's looking to make something out of it this time. Dives for the pylon, and he comes up short. So Sikora's 2-point rush, no good. As West Central Area-Ashby has stretched their lead 28-8. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as West Central Area-Ashby has added to their lead with a 36-yard strike to Hunter Norby. And once again, a beautiful ball there. By Evan Paulson. And waiting on the kick. And another onside kick. And it's scooped by, I believe that's Shocker. Gets a few yards out of the deal. You know, most guys, they tell him to lay it down, but if he was told that advice, he completely disregarded it.
Yeah, Shocker's the one guy on this roster who's going to try to take it and do something with that one. He's just an animal.
Yeah, he doesn't mind if he just gets slammed by the wedge buster there. And you know how he knows wedge busters hit pretty hard? He's the wedge buster for Breckenridge, so he knows what he's getting into. Cowboys break the huddle. So they're going to stick with their I formation. Colin Roberts snaps it. Going to go bootleg to the right. And he is blown off. It looks like that was Stone. He's had a big day at defensive line. Heck of a tackle there by Tyler Stone. And, you know, he'd be the, armchair quarterback and whatnot, but maybe a little bit, if you're going to be, kind of mix it in the pass, maybe just because of these how the last couple have gone, maybe do away with the play action. And they kind of know a pass is coming anyway, so maybe that's going to be a thought of theirs. Let's just try to drop back, just do a straight drop back, give Roberts a little bit more time to find an open receiver instead of just being under trouble right away.
Ernst had good protection there on that outside wing, but it looked like Roberts had his eyes downfield and just didn't see it coming.
And that pass, incomplete. Looked like it went through the hands of Gavin Snyder. And I know I've said this before, but he might be one of the biggest guards I've seen for Breckenridge. He started out the season at tackle, which is where you'd expect to put a 6'6", 250-pound dude, but I'm not sure what just might be quicker than the other tackles or kind of what the thought process is there, but Ernst, definitely a solid guy to have at guard, that's for sure. And it might have been a little miscommunication there coming off the line. We're going to go trips right, one receiver out to the left, and a running back in the backfield with Roberts, who will go under center, actually. Rolls out to the left, pump fakes, he's got time, throws it on the left side, and almost picked off. Would have been the 4th interception of the night for these West Central Area-Ashby Knights. But instead, Breckenridge is going to be sending out the punt team. 3:10 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And I'm looking around trying to find Cam Nito on the sideline, see if he's going to be, and he's walking around. So that's at least a good sign that he's walking. Bernadas had a busy night at his punter position. Snap it, a low snap, and he gets it off in time. Heck of an effort to get that off. And actually not that bad of a punt. Takes a nice Breckenridge bounce.
Well, there's some contact there. I'm surprised we didn't see the yellow hanky come out.
And the overly, and that was, I just applaud the effort being able to get that off in time. You know, he tried running it or tried throwing it the last time around and kind of was panicking a little bit, you know, as anyone would in that situation. But that time kept his cool, scooped it up as fast as he could, and booted it away. .301 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. West Central Area-Ashby up 28-8 here. Paulson motions a man over. The pistol, low snap, but scooped up by Sikora. Now he's going to roll out to throw it. And he throws it, and incomplete. You know, I've never seen that before. I've never seen a a botch play like that, scooped up by the running back, and he said, well, it was supposed to go to the quarterback, so I guess I should just do what the quarterback usually does on this play. Love that awareness.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. That's for sure. Never seen that.
Did you see that that double punt last night?
Yeah.
In the Thursday night football game? I didn't know that was illegal. I had no idea.
That's a great awareness play on him as well.
I don't think that's illegal in high school. I feel like I might have actually seen that in high school. I don't know. I could be wrong. My memory's a funny thing. They're going to go with the pistol. One receiver out to each side. Paulson gets the snap, fakes the handoff. Looking deep and broken up. Jimmy Murtis might have got a hand on that one, but a little off the mark there. Ryder Staples, the intended receiver, the senior wideout.
And they're lucky Ryder Staples got a hand on that, because I think Murtis was going to pick that one off if he didn't.
Yeah, 3 picks tonight. None of them by the Breckenridge defense so far. Knights come out to the line in their double wing. One receiver out to the left. Paulson assesses both sides, and they're going to do a halfback pass. Sikora airs it out, looking for a man, and he caught it. And we got a pass interference, it's going to look like, and I think it's on the receiver, actually. We'll see who that is on. But a heck of an effort there. And
wow.
We'll see this time around. And the D-backs seem pretty convinced, but, the D-backs are always going to tell you that, so we'll see.
I'm going to side with Bussy on this one.
And we're going to go, with the PI, but they're going to wave it off. Or holding, actually, defensive holding.
That wide receiver pushed off more than I've ever seen Randy Moss push off. That was.
Well, that's saying something. They'll end up getting a big pickup out of it, and they got 2:40 remaining to get one more on the board. And now they're going to go with a 3-wide, actually an empty set. Haven't seen this one yet. 2 receivers out to the right, 3 to the left. Paulson drops back to pass, throws it out to the flats. He's got a man, but a nice tackle. And that time it was Bailey Evans. Sikora that time getting out on the flats, reeling in the catch. The downside of getting kind of this tunnel vision of looking through the camera, I can't really see what route that was. But I can tell you he caught it. And then got tackled in a hurry. And they're going to go with another empty set. 3 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Motion Sikora over to the right to make that the heavier side. Paulson throwing it. It had a receiver, but airmailed it a little bit.
Pressure by Shockert there.
Kevin Paulson's pass is incomplete, intended for Ryder Staples.
Ryder Staples, the receiver he was looking for there. 3rd and 10 now. As the Knights are 30 yards away from the end zone. 1:46 to do it on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Knights lead 28-8. Like I said, they came in pretty upset. They thought they were going to have a pretty close game with Breckenridge last year. Everyone thought that was kind of be a good game coming in, and ended up being a 40-8 result. So the Knights trying to get a 40-8 result of their own tonight. Paulson drops back to pass. Throws it on the right side. He's got a man in the end zone, or near the end zone. Wide open for the touchdown. And this air attack has just decimated Breckenridge's defense tonight. And another touchdown by Hunter Norby.
Knights touchdown.
And like I said, it's a tough adjustment if you're a member of that secondary after all the teams they played last week, where they're facing teams where if it was 3rd and 11, they're running it usually almost every week. So this is a real wake-up call kind of thing for the secondary of kind of the expectation that is on you to contain the passing attack. And we got a timeout. This timeout break brought to you by High Camp Construction. We'll take a very quick break with them. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby Knights 34, Breckenridge 8. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
Now we're back for the 2-point conversion here, most likely. Unless they're just going to, out of nowhere, start with an extra point. And here's a familiar formation. You know, you don't see this formation literally for like 5 years. All of a sudden, every team is running it. They got the 3 running backs all lined up next to each other in the backfield. And they go Sikora off tackle on the right side, and he plunges in, it looks like, for 2. So he's got it. To add to this lead, 140 remaining here in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. As the Knights, you know, this started out as a pretty balanced game, you know, and then, you know, the points have kind of just piled on here. Breckenridge's offense really hasn't had an answer, so that kind of, it's the snowball effect a little bit here we're seeing tonight. 36-8 is the result of that. As the Knights have 140 remaining.
Grady Lindquist to tee it up for the Knights.
And they're probably saying, let's keep it aggressive. Let's get the ball back somehow. Breckenridge is probably going to be throwing it, trying to put a drive together. Let's force a turnover. We already got 3 picks so far. West Central Area-Ashby ready to boot it away. And another short boot. And dribbles out of bounds.
Nice kick.
And another penalty. Brought to you by State Farm Agents, man-to-man Frederick. We'll see if they make them kick it again. Gotta be thinking they are.
Right knee.
As we're going to re-kick it once again. Oh, actually, they're just going to go with the offense. What do I know? I was watching I was watching the Knights who were sending the kickoff team back out there, but Breckenridge were saying, no, that's not what we said. We got our offense coming right now. Roberts talking to his men in the huddle. They break the huddle. And you got to be thinking, if Nito is healthy, if with how this game has gone so far, if you're just going to kind of say, well, there's a lot of season left still, you know, we still got a few regular season games, plus the playoffs, and now we got another penalty.
Flag on the field.
And I believe that is actually encroachment. Yep. So Breckenridge will start off by throwing 5 yards on the drive.
Will be 1st and 5.
Now they got a 1st and 5.
For the Cowboys.
Cowboys on their own 40. They got a $1:40 on the clock in this first half to get in the end zone. Trailing 36-8 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and they're going to run it up the middle. None doing. Got a yard out of the deal, I would say. Murtis, who came into the game averaging around 80, 90 yards a game, but that average likely going to go down with how this has gone so far. West Central Area-Ashby, as good as advertised so far. A lot of good things. Heard a lot of good things about this squad coming in. And I know this isn't exactly this year's team, you know, is definitely not last year's Barnesville squad, but coming in with a victory over Barnesville, that's a testament to your team. And now we got another flag.
Another flag on the field.
This time it's going to be on Breckenridge, I believe, but oh no, actually it's on West Central Area-Ashby for lining up offside. So that's one way to get a first down. Get a couple penalties, which are brought to you by State Farm Agents, man-to-man Frederick. Breckenridge has got 55 seconds remaining to get in the end zone. Cut into this 28-point lead. Cowboys come up to the line in the I formation. And they're going to go off tackle with Murtis. He's got a little bit of room to run, but then a few West Central Area-Ashby players waiting for him.
Nice dots on the
and a nice tackle there. Nice dots on the tackle over there.
1, maybe 2. He's second down.
2nd and 9. As the Cowboys got to get something going here to kind of just get a little bit of the momentum flowing at halftime.
It looks like they're going to be okay just going into half here, though. They are hustling to the line.
5 seconds remaining. They're going to run one more play. They go off tackle with Bussey. On the left side, he's got room to run. And gets bottled up after a gain of about 12. And that'll do it for this opening half. We'll take a short break and come back with your halftime show brought to you by Minn Kota Ag Products. Your score once again, West Central Area-Ashby 36, Breckenridge 8. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMWnews.com.
Hey everybody, this is Ward Cater with Vision Ford in Wahpeton, North Dakota. We have great news. Our new vehicle inventory is coming in on a regular basis, and we appreciate your patience, but let's get you into a new Ford today. We have access to thousands of vehicles, and I know we can find the perfect Ford for you. Don't wait. Let us make this fun and easy for you today. Don't worry about what we have. We will get you what you want. Go to driveavision.com. We want you to live your best life with Vision Ford in Wahpeton, North Dakota. My name is Ward Cater.
Back and neck pain can keep you from enjoying the things you love. At Essentia Health, our team of spine care specialists will evaluate your symptoms and create a tailored treatment plan that fits your lifestyle. You will get the expert care you need when you need it. Working together, we can get you back to the activities you love. This is Essentia Health Spine Care, like nowhere else. EssentiaHealth.org.
More Engineering has been dedicated to finding sustainable engineering solutions for cities like Wahpeton for more than 60 years. They offer a wide range of services, including civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental services that advance the region's infrastructure. As a 100% employee-owned company, they are committed to providing quality projects and building relationships in the communities they serve. Visit moreengineeringinc.com to learn more or stop by their location in Wahpeton. More Engineering, improving lives by building strong communities.
At Titan Machinery, we know that maintaining your equipment's health keeps it running at peak performance. That's why we carry genuine Case IH lubricants, filters, and batteries for your total maintenance solutions. Achieve longer service intervals and higher performance with OEM lubricants. Maximize your machine's efficiency with Case IH approved filters. And depend on our quick starting batteries designed to handle extreme vibrations and temperatures. Visit Titan Machinery in Wahpeton today and purchase genuine IH lubricants, filters, and batteries to get the most of your investment.
Welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your #1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Well, Imdick, it was not a great first half by Breckenridge. It started off, promising. It looked like it was going to be a good game from the get-go, but, like I said, it kind of snowballed there in that second quarter. What do you think was kind of maybe the turning point or something that was a big contributing factor here?
Kind of like what we talked about in the pregame. I think it was a couple of the turnovers leading to good field position for the Knights, and they took advantage. Paulson's really slinging that thing right now. He throws a tight ball. Every single ball that he's thrown, it's a nice tight spiral. Credit to him, but those turnovers certainly are helping.
Yeah, we'll go through some of the scoring here. It got the ball rolling with a touchdown in the first quarter, and that was Anthony Sikora with a 21-yard or an 18-yard rush to get in the end zone, and then the two-point conversion was a Paulson pass. And I want to say that was caught by Norby, if I remember correctly, and that made an 8-0 game. And then it was followed up by a pick six to make it a 16-0 game, and that was on a broken punt. But Breckenridge came back to make it a one-score game. Cam Nito ran it in from 12 yards with 10:18 remaining in the second quarter. But then it kind of got out of hand from there. It was followed up by Paulson finding Sikora, or not Sikora actually, I believe that was Norby, for the 35-yard completion and touchdown. We'll go back and check that in a bit here. And then Paulson, once again to Norby, 36-yard touchdown. And then guess what? This time it was Norby once again, 31 yards. And I believe he had two of them, so we got to go back and...
the first touchdown pass was to number 10, Cole Anderson.
Cole Anderson. Oh, I knew I was forgetting somebody. But yeah, like you said, it's been an absolute air raid here by Paulson. He's got 3 touchdowns through the air. Sikora's got a score on the ground as well. So it's just it's tough to slow down this offense when they're multi-dimensional as Breckenridge counters with only one pass completion on the night. 1 of 8 from Colin Roberts, 0 of 1 from Dylan Bernardes, which was a pick 6, as we said earlier. 11 yards through the air, and then the running game, a little better, but, still not a whole lot to write home about. We'll go through some of those stats. Cam Nito, 9 carries for 39 yards. Griffin Bussey, 2 carries for 14 yards. A little surprising not to see him get some more totes, but they're really riding the Cam train now that he's back. And 3 carries for 4 yards for Jimmy Murtis. They got him contained pretty well. 1 carry for -5 yards from Dylan Bernardes. Catching the lone pass was Gavin Peterson. And that is one of the longest plays of the night. There's a couple runs, one by Bussey, and Nito has a couple runs that have that beat. But that's about all the offense has been able to get going for Breckenridge tonight. And they're going to have to, find some things. This game, it's going to be tough to come back from this. But some things that maybe you'd like to see from them to, kind of take a step forward still tonight, even though their comeback is pretty tough.
I think for Breckenridge, their best defense is going to be their offense. They got to sustain a drive. They got to get a couple first downs put together, run the ball, and keep that offense on the field for a little bit because, Paulson through the air right now, he's tough to stop. Outside of Sikora's 20-yard touchdown run or 18-yard touchdown run there, they only have about 20, 25 yards on the ground, so they're mostly doing it through the air. So we're going to have to lock up that secondary a little bit, and hopefully the coaches are figuring that out here at halftime.
Well, as I keep beating the I keep beating the dead horse and whatnot, but as I said, Breckenridge there's a reason they pitched 3 shutouts in a row. They're very good against the run. They've played very run-heavy teams, like teams will throw it maybe 10 times a game. They almost gave up a TD last week to Roseau because Roseau actually opened up the playbook a little bit. They were like, you know what, let's just do something. I know we're not a passing team, but let's just start slinging it here. And they almost got a TD on the board to wrap up the game. So Breckenridge, that might have kind of been foreshadowing what we were kind of seeing tonight with this air attack, completing 7 of 15 passes, and a few of those were drops. So Paulson, overall has done a great job. Well, even, 7 of 15, even though that's not too bad, but, could be 10 of 15. That's really good completion percentage, along with just, throwing the long ball effectively and accurately. So we'll take a quick break, and you're listening to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show on B92.7 and watching on KBMW News Live.
Hello, my name is Jason Butts, proud parent of 2 little Breckenridge Cowboys. My family loves Breckenridge and feel lucky to have such great schools. Breckenridge schools excel due to their dedicated faculty and staff. They truly care for each individual student. They encourage and foster an atmosphere that creates self-pride and big brains in these kids that will lead the next generation. They make school cool. A good school is cornerstone to a good community, and we are so lucky to have that here in Breckenridge. Breck schools inspire my boys to excel, and for that, I have Breckenridge pride. Play the jingle.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windermere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what quality recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here on the Halftime Show, along with Austin Imdick, and yeah, this has kind of been a worst-case scenario for a lot of the things for Breckenridge today. You run into a team who likes to really air it out against an untested secondary, and then you factor that in along with, the offense just kind of, for the most part, just can't really get a whole lot going. And mix up, or along with all that, just to throw the cherry on top of the unfortunate Sunday, Cam Nito also out of the game and likely not coming back in for the rest of the night. But, maybe still a few good, positive takeaways. I think I'm going to try to pull out some here. And some of them I would say some different changes in personnel I think are working well, or at least they're figuring it out, how they can, balance it a little bit more. It got a little heavy with Cam at the end there, but at the beginning I liked how they were spreading it around and getting other guys involved. You got 3 different guys who are being used as effective running backs, and then you still haven't even given it to Peterson yet. I've noticed what they kind of like to do is they kind of like to make defenses forget he exists, and then out of nowhere they'll give it to him like 2 or 3 times in the second half. So what are some things that maybe you saw from the defense that maybe you'd think that was at least a little bit of a positive here, even though they kind of gave up a lot of points? So.
Yeah, I think Landon Blofus and Schockert and a couple of the other defensive linemen are getting pressure, but they got a lot of quick hitters that Paulson can take advantage of, and, those quick slants over the middle. But they're getting some pressure there, so I don't know if they're going to have to start dialing up a blitz or 2 here to start getting some more pressure on that quarterback or what they're going to have to do. But, I think on the edge they've been getting pretty good penetration. Now we need to get a whole surge from the defensive line.
I'm sure if you're Breckenridge, you kind of got the fingers crossed that they're probably going to be done throwing for the night is what they're probably hoping for at least. But nonetheless, and that would kind of be ideal for Breck, obviously, because against the run is definitely where they shine. They showed that the last few weeks, and not only is the shutout streak over, but it is shattered in this game. But Breckenridge's defense, there's, it's the effort's there, that's for sure. We're not seeing any guys, walking around like just kind of leaving other guys hanging on certain things. The effort is definitely there, and they just gotta, it's gotta improve some things, especially in the secondary. You can't give up too many that many big plays and expect to win a ball game. That's for sure. Go on.
And coming back, just the turnovers too are hurting, but the clock is going to be Breckenridge's enemy here in the second half. They've been able to run the ball all year. I think they got to get back to establishing the run with Murtis and Bussey and doing some different things there. But again, you're going to have to eventually get some passes rolling too to try to beat that clock.
Yeah, and I know I talked about this earlier, but maybe a few different ways, to drop back and get the ball out. Maybe go away from that play action pass a little bit. Maybe just kind of go out of the gun. Maybe some quick hitters, some slants and whatnot, and maybe we'll see a little more success there. But right now, it's probably thinking of ways to kind of fine tune a few things moving into some future games. So we'll take another quick break. Here on this Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, they got 2 minutes on the scoreboard, but I've learned not to trust that. Sometimes they cut it short, sometimes they have more time. We never know, but we'll be right back. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
It's time to celebrate. Red River Communications has been bringing you quality products and services for 70 years. Red River Communications has become the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. They offer speeds up to a gig and the quality personal service to go with it. Call them today at 701-553-8309 and get yourself on the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. Red River Communications, growing and connecting the Southern Valley for over 70 years.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as Breckenridge is going to get the ball to start the second half. They come into this trailing 36-8. Start off the second half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Now,
it's going to be important for the Cowboys to stay in a drive here right away. Hopefully get in the end zone here, but get some yards, keep the offense on the field.
If you were a betting man, would you say they're going to kick it to Gavin Snyder again?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's see if they're conscious of that. Gavin Snyder had a big return. I think it was to about the 25 or 30. Yeah, they're going to kick it to the other side of the field this time around. Smart choice. Scooped up by the Breck returner, and a nice little surge there. Jimmy Murtis with a nice return to the 45, looks like.
Great way to start the half there. Build a little momentum, got a nice 25-yard return, bring it out to the 45. That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, it's been kind of their 2 biggest plays here, or, take away that scoring drive. Their 2 biggest plays running the ball have been on kick returns today. It's a nice return by Murtis. I formation. Seen a lot of this the last few weeks, as we said, and we had some movement. I think Zane Mickelson was the Cowboy who moved, but we'll see if the defense moved first. And it is offsides. I think Zane thought it was him, though. He was kind of walking back like, oh, I messed up, but they said, no, don't worry, he messed up first. Don't worry about it. Cowboys need to put 4 scoring drives together to at least tie it up. And they're going to go off tackle with Murtis. He's got some room to run. Nice push by the offensive line.
Might be coming back, though.
And another penalty. Brought to you by State Farm Agents Amanda Frederick. And it is a hold. It's been a bit of a penalty-heavy night. The penalty... When I did the first game of the year, I was kind of like, oh, there's a lot of penalties, but, it's early in the season. And then week 2, I was like, well, there's a lot of penalties, but it's early in the season. Now we're in week 5, and I'm saying, oh, my gosh, that's a lot of penalties. I will not use the early in the season excuse. So the Cowboys now facing a 1st and 14. They are on their own 41. I formation. Roberts hands it off to Bernardez, it looks like. He's got some room on the left side, cuts it up. And nice gain for about 10 on that play. Wrapped up by Ruben Swanson.
Be second down. 2nd and 3.
So Breckenridge. I like that play design there to get Bernardez the ball on the edge there.
Yeah, we saw in previous weeks of us getting using different formations, different things to get him the ball, and haven't really been able to call his name much tonight.
Yeah, I think he's only got a couple touches on the night, one of them being as a punter. He had to throw it, and now it gets blown up in a hurry. Might have been some miscommunication there. And that's back-to-back tackles by Ruben Swanson.
Brought down at the 50-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Cowboys.
Breckenridge now facing a 3rd and 5 on the 50 here on their homecoming night. Breckenridge comes up the line. I formation, heavy on the left. Got one receiver out to the right. And we got movement by Breckenridge. And I want to say, they're actually going to say that was on the defense. I was looking at a couple of the guys who I thought moved first, but I'm wrong.
Yeah, I saw Cole Anderson there from WCA. He took a little step. Might be a nice little lucky break for Breckenridge there.
And then he's looking over and he's pointing at himself like, are you sure? You got the go-ahead from the official. Yeah, it was you. Cowboys. Once again, the I formation, heavy to the left. And nice handoff. Or a nice roll, nice hole to run through there by Murtis.
Murtis had a nice little jump cut there at the line to get through there.
Yeah, he's showing off the quickness there. Gain of about 6. A long 5.
Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and a long 4.
So Breckenridge heading up the line. Once again, trailing 36-8 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard here at Cowboy Field. First home game in a few weeks. Griffin Bussey. And we got another penalty.
Griffin Bussey on the carry.
And guess what? They're brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Frederick.
We have a flag on the field.
You know the slogan. We'll see what we got here. Waiting on it. Got to be thinking it's hold. That's what the white hat's signaling. And it's a hold.
Holding against the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys. Just been shooting themselves in the foot in a variety of ways tonight. Murtis and Bernardes coming in to run in the play.
They put that on the wrong side of the 50 there. It ended up being a 12-yard hold.
Oh, interesting. I formation. And another little misdirection handoff to Bernardes. This one not as successful, and there's another flag.
Hunter Norby on the stop. Have another flag on the field.
And we'll see what this one is this time around. Came flying in from a ways away.
Potential face mask here, Turner?
Personal foul targeting.
Targeting?
Against the...
Oh, my. Is that the one you get... Do you not get tossed for targeting anymore?
You know, I'm not much help on this one. I don't know what the high school rule is.
Well, I could have sworn that you did, but they must have changed that rule. Couldn't tell you.
31-yard line.
Well, that's interesting. This is why they need to consult me on all the rule changes. So Norby, I call with that one. Really taking a shot at the head. So Cowboys get a first down out of that. I formation. And looks like Murtis flinched, but they're not going to call that. And they go with the fullback, Gavin Peterson, rumbling for a big game. And like I talked about in the halftime show, they kind of don't go to him very much at all. The only time he's got the ball today is on actually a pass play. So now they, once you forget about him, he just rumbles through the defense. They're like, wow, we really haven't taken a shot like this today by anyone carrying the ball.
And each one of our runners really do bring something different to the game, whether it's Cam or and we do see Cam back in the game here.
Well, that was unexpected. In the tailback position. They're going to go with him. He gets taken out the legs, but he gets up. Nice and spry. As they're now at the 14 in the Case IH or the Titan Machinery red zone. Apologies.
4. So it's
Now Murtis coming back in for Nito.
Cowboys.
He ran off just fine. Ran through the hole just fine. Hope that ankle is looking all right.
Building drive here for the Cowboys tonight.
Cowboys break the huddle. And once again, they're going to go with the I formation, a little heavy to the left, one receiver out to the right. They're going to run to the right with Murtis. He's going to look to bounce it, but a nice tackle there over on the edge. And once again, that was Norby. He's just been outstanding on both sides of the ball today. 2 interceptions, also got a couple touchdowns. What else can you want from a guy?
3rd and about 8 for the Cowboys.
But you know what? Like we talked about it, maybe there have been a lot of penalties. I will grant you, but Breckenridge did a good job of chewing up some clock on this. One of your keys to the half, Dick.
That's right. Now if we can just punch it into the end zone here, cap it all off.
I formation. Roberts, big standoff, rolls out to left. Dumps it to, looks like Peterson, and he's going to walk in for 6. Gavin Peterson. And as we've said so many times this year, they really love going with that fullback flood, and we got another one there. You know, you don't see a lot of teams where you'd say quite possibly the most reliable pass catcher is your fullback out of the backfield, but we've kind of seen that from Breckenridge this year. Had that nasty one-handed catch earlier today, and now he goes in for a TD.
Like you said, that fullback flood, there hasn't been a team this year that's really stopped it. I don't know if they just lose him coming through the line there or what it is, but that's a great play call.
Now they're going to go with the extra point. Bailey Evans, get ready to boot this one away. Good snap, and it is booted cleanly through. As the Cowboys showing some life here in the second half. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 36, Breckenridge 15. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
When Mom first started showing signs of memory loss, we were devastated. It was so frustrating. So many choices for assisted living. Then my sister and I walked into Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. We knew that this was the perfect place for our mother, who loved the bright, beautiful apartments, and knew Mom would too. I was so impressed with the interaction between the residents and the staff. Twin Town Villa is a quality memory care community that's close to home and currently has openings. Call Twin Town Villa at 643-9542 or visit them online at twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as Breckenridge put together a nice 55-yard scoring drive. Get some points on the board. Maybe their goal here, win the second half. Got to have something to come away with to, help the team move forward. Want to have something to kind of hang your hat on every week, even if you can't, make a 28-point comeback. But you never know. It's the beauty of sports.
Hey, a turnover or two, and we'll be right back in this thing.
I was going to say maybe an onside kick. I'm glad I didn't. As it is scooped up. And a nice cut by Olsen. There's a nice little return out of that. Torrin Olsen. Some of the playmakers they run out of the backfield. I'm kind of surprised they don't go with them in the kick return, but Olsen showing he's got something to bring to the table too.
30, 8-yard line.
So Breckenridge, like I said earlier, maybe not seeing too much throwing here, as West Central Area's got a 3-score lead. So we'll see if they're going to try to just run the clock out here. 6:16 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 36-15. Cowboys trail on their homecoming night. Paulson motions a man over. It's a snap, high snap, scooped up by Sikora, and he's looking to throw it, and he actually almost completes the pass.
Sikora grabs that.
We got our turnover, but it might be coming back here, Turner. I think Murtis picked that off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it actually might have got snagged. I was looking at the receiver right away, but then I was like, wait a minute. And they're going to say a personal foul on the Breckenridge defense. That ends up getting waved off. And that's the second time we've seen that after saying that we how often do you see a running back who just takes over at quarterback after a bad snap? But second time he's done it today, and tough break for Breckenridge on that one. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, he took a big shot there, and you applied pressure and caused a turnover, but would there have been a turnover if you weren't bringing the pressure so hard? One of those kind of things, but either way, ends up being a very tough break for Breckenridge as the Knights move into Cowboy territory. We'll start on the Breckenridge 47, or 47 it looks like. We'll start with their wing formation. The double wing, Paulson pitches it on the right side, and that's a play that Breckenridge has done a really good job on. You can tell they saw that on from the scout team quite a bit this week, I'm thinking.
That Bloffus made a great lead there.
And there's like some things you can simulate with the scout team, but I think this this passing is definitely not one of them. Like, no offense to whoever is the scout team QB for this Breckenridge team, but I'm sure it's really tough to kind of emulate what Paulson's bringing tonight, as well as the receivers. It's a great effort by the Knights. Under center, Paulson drops back to pass, launches it downfield, and had a little bit, but ends up being quite a bit off the mark. Bernades with the coverage over there.
If Bernades would have turned his head around about a second earlier, he might have had a chance at that ball.
Brings up third down.
And he's a good guy to have a 50-50 ball with. Good receiver. Back this week after an injury and looking fresh. Haven't seen him get too many touches, but the ones he has gotten, he's looked just as explosive as before he was injured. Knights. Motion the man over to the right. Dropping back the pass once again. And tossing it left and broken up by Martell, looks like.
I think it was Bernades there.
Oh,
again.
Bernades.
Got his jersey folded up weird.
The 5 looked like a 6 to me. So now we're going to see a punt. So a good hold by the Breckenridge defense.
Really nice pass break up there by Dylan. He was going stride for stride there and got a hand on the ball. That ball is definitely going to be caught if he didn't get in the way there.
And here's the thing. You love the aggressiveness if you're a West Central Area-Ashby fan, but that gives Breckenridge a lot of clock to work with afterward because they got the ball with just over 6 minutes remaining. So you chewed up maybe a minute when you got this lead. But the urgency not there yet. And a high punt, or a high snap, I should say. Punt is away. Also a high punt. Goes over to the left side. And downed by the Knights. Looks like Breck's going to take over on their own 17. And the thing is, what the Cowboys did so well on that first drive was they were just, pounding the run game so well and getting the yards that they were looking for. But, I know we were looking at putting a nice drive together and whatnot. That was a nice drive, but it doesn't leave you a whole lot of clock to work with after that. So maybe we're going to see if they get the pass game going some way.
From a momentum standpoint, though, I think it's exactly what Breckenridge needed. We sustained a drive.
Agreed.
We overcame a couple penalties there, too.
Mhm.
So that was a really good first drive. Hopefully we can, like you said, get the pass game a little bit more mixed in here and march down the field.
So we're going to start off in the wishbone. Don't you see a whole lot of passing out of here unless we're going to see a wheel out of the backfield of some sort. But, Murtis with the run, but I got a little distracted by Cam Nito just absolutely lighting up a defender.
Chalk that one up as a pancake block there.
Yeah, that you will. So he ends up losing about 4 yards on that.
Brings up second down.
So Murtis was one of the key members of that last drive. A couple nice runs. Breckenridge taking their time. Break the huddle. We'll see what kind of formation they got. Sending out one receiver to the right, but looks like they're going to stick with the wishbone. Roberts hands it off on the power dive, and Nito's got room to run. He cuts it outside. Ends up getting tackled from behind, but a nice run by Cam Nito.
He's just fun to watch.
And the vision is what I also really love in the open field, where he's just like, hey, time to do my best like Johnny Football impersonation here. Just start just scamping and cutting across to the other side of the field where nobody is. Just got a great feel for the game. So fun to watch.
You wouldn't have known anything about a bum ankle on that run.
No, he wouldn't. And he wouldn't be in the game if he wasn't preaching or begging the coach. Yeah, just so you know, I'm good. I tweaked it a little bit, but now we got to move it back.
Legal procedure against the Cowboys.
Legal procedure. This penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick.
King Differding there still maybe knocking some rust off from being out the last week or two.
Oh, his mind's on homecoming. We have to. Coach Frederick said I got to talk about that we talk about that every year. I hope they're not distracted by all the homecoming stuff going on. But I think these boys are locked in. It's just a really tough foe that they're taking on. So they're gonna go with the power dive again.
Alex Shocker on the carry.
And Shocker getting some time on the offense.
Yeah, it looks like Bussey's here stuck in the gator with trainer Sean Owens. Might have been in the concussion protocol there.
Oh, that'll be a big loss for the Cowboys if he's not going to be able to come back in. Him and Murtis have been a heck of a 1-2 punch in the past weeks during Breckenridge's 4-game win streak. And they complement each other so well. You love. That's one of my favorite things about football is different styles that you get from different positions. And the running back position, that's the best one. You got a lot of variety with running backs is what I really love. Once again with the wishbone, Roberts hands it off to Murtis. Gets some nice blocks up the sideline. Makes the guy miss, and I love the mentality there where you could easily, just step out of bounds, avoid taking the extra hit, but instead he decides to juke a guy, cut it up, and still not go out of bounds. If I'm going to go out of bounds, you're going to take me out of bounds.
Good enough for another Cowboy first down.
That's enough to move the sticks.
He knew right where the chains are. Got us right to him for a first down.
That's good awareness. Looks like, like you said, Bussey's still hanging out on the gator. Likely going through the concussion protocol. Glad you're here, Austin, or else I'd be talking about how Griffin's not getting enough touches, in my opinion. He's sitting over there with an injury, but we got another penalty.
Looks like we had a little jumpy on the front line again there.
Legal procedure. You got to love the enthusiasm, though. The offensive line getting ready to come out and hit somebody, but...
And it might have actually been Cam Nito on that one.
Oh, really?
Saw him beating himself up a little bit, smacking the helmet.
And I know you're the go-to stat guy, so maybe I'm going to hit you up and see if that program keeps track of how many penalties there have been.
Oh, I don't know if we want to look at that tonight, Turner.
Cowboys coming up the line. 2:49 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Wishbone once again, receiver out the left. We're going to go up the middle, and Nito takes a big shot. Right away, a heck of a hit there by Norby once again.
No gain in the play, so it brings up
just a little slow to get up, so he'll come out of the game. It's kind of turned into this ongoing saga. It's not like he's like super injury prone or anything, but the first couple weeks he was dealing with cramps, and it's like, oh, let's hope we get those cramps figured out. And then the first week he doesn't cramp at all. He ends up spraining his ankle, and he's out for a couple weeks. And just a lot of tough breaks for the junior Cowboy. Hopefully get that ankle situated here in the next couple weeks here. Going to need him in the postseason. I formation, and they're going to go with just a quick throw out to the flats, but dropped. You got to dive on that just in case it ends up being a lateral. You never know on those quick hitters sometimes.
It
looked like Bernatus was maybe getting his eyes upfield before completely hauling in that pass there.
I can relate to that. I remember, being one who get thrown to maybe once a year. And that's what I'd be thinking of, what I'm going to do once I catch it.
Yeah, the adrenaline gets pumping. Oh, we see that bubble screen came back there, though, finally. We've been missing that for the last couple weeks. It's been effective.
Yeah, I remember when they ran that in Frazee, they just chewed up a bunch of yards. I was actually teasing Carson Yagi that they weren't going to it more often. Nice run up the middle. Actually, just gets to the line. And actually, they're going to
on the play.
Knights are going to say that they recovered a fumble on the play.
Nelson Hoff on the tackle.
And we'll see. And they're just going to say, actually, no, you
Still
didn't.
have it.
And that would have been Norby's, the third turnover Norby was in on for the day, but
For the Cowboys,
he's going to have to settle for the big tackle on third down.
like Dylan Bernardes going in
Cowboys
punt
going
formation.
to have to boot this one away.
Tornelson back deep for the Knights.
Bernardes punting again. And
Another penalty.
we got another penalty, everybody. I think there's more penalties tonight than there was in the season opener.
Toss the direction of West Central Area, so it's going to cost them another 5 yards.
And it was offsides, actually. Huh.
That penalty is offside.
Don't
against
see
the
that
Knights.
too often on the punts.
So it brings up 4th and 10.
So that'll set up 4th and 10. But Breckenridge still in the same situation. Snap it to Bernardes. Boots it away. And fielded by Olsen cleanly. And nice pursuit there by Martell. Marty, as I'm told they call him.
Tackle by Alex Martell. We have a flag on the field.
Good wrestler. You can see on the tackling.
Another.
Can you believe that?
And the Knights with that lead at 36-15.
And I know that everybody's just kind of everybody's doing their job tonight, but I'm kind of the mind where I'm telling the kids to stop doing penalty things, and I'm telling the refs to keep it moving along. As there's 1:06 remaining in this third quarter under Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. West Central Area-Ashby Knights up 36-15 as the officials talk it over again.
We have a hat off on one of the officials. Does that mean first contact was made by someone that was out of bounds?
Comes back there, you wonder, was it a hold?
Oh, to be a lie on the shoulder of a zebra right now. All right, they're going to talk it over now. Oh, they got to run over the sidelines first. Okay. That was the signal, ineligible downfield? I don't know how that works.
That's kind of the goal on a punt, isn't it? You get downfield.
I am confusion. Well, either way, we'll just, or maybe it was something with the substitution, or? Yeah, I'm thinking it was maybe something with the substitution. I don't know, when, like, Sanchez ran on early. We'll go with that. So, illegal participation. I believe it was on Sanchez, running on a little late. So Breckenridge will punt it away again.
We get to do this again.
Cowboys get another crack at this. Bernardes getting plenty of work in as a punter today.
Whoop. No, now we're going to bring it back here.
Oh my goodness. They're trying to figure out where it's going now.
It's a struggle fest here.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. That makes me feel a little better.
Okay, now it's marked at the...
All right, now here's something that you never thought of, Dick. How come no one ever puts their really good punts on their huddle video? You ever watch someone's huddle video, all of a sudden you see someone with a really nice punt?
Hey, you'd think that that's a good recruitment piece there.
That's my thought.
Everyone needs one, right?
I would think that being a punter, like, being an NFL punter would be the best job in the world. But,
Left it.
Oh, he ends up dropping it. Marty on the coverage there.
Muffs that, but he falls on it, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights.
But, like, you see some of these athletes who are just, like, really good at everything. It's like, oh, yeah, I play, like, 5 positions on offense, and I'm pretty good at pretty much everything on defense. I punt, too, and it's, like, a little afterthought. It's like, well, you should probably show us how good you can punt, because for all you know, that's what you're best at. I don't know. I'd never thought of that until now. Now I'm just, it's the only thing I got on my mind right now.
Well,
might just end the broadcast to go look for look for people who put their punts on huddle. And they're going to go with the 3 running back formation where they got them all lined up next to each other. They go up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards. Matson Hoff. Love that name. Matson, that's a sweet first name. That's going to go on my Turner's all-name team.
So it brings up 2nd and 6 for the Knights.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorite aspects of this gig. Seeing some of the cool names from around the area.
We got a couple unique ones here today. Naz, Cash.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's my new front runner for best name. And they fake the handoff. Going to go triple option on the left side.
And another flag.
Another penalty.
It did look like Bailey Evans got held pretty bad there.
We'll see.
And we have a flag.
And another hold.
Holding against the Knights.
It looks like it's gotten to that point for the night for Breckenridge as the assistant coaches come down.
So it moves it back to the 30-yard line. So it's
The receiver boys got a couple D1 former D1 wide receivers on the coaching staff with Carson Yagi and Easton Urbis. I'm not sure if they're on speaking terms after NDSU and UND played last week, but they must have worked things out. But we're heading into the fourth quarter. Get your forwards up, everybody. We'll be right back. Your score: West Central Area-Ashby 36, Breckenridge 15. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Sometimes illnesses or injuries may leave you needing extra help to restore your strength, balance, and range of motion. CHI St. Francis Health are open and ready to provide you the tools for success, including individualized exercise plans and state-of-the-art therapy facility. You'll be confident in the care and treatment you'll receive at CHI St. Francis Health, and they are located right here in your backyard. CHI St. Francis Health. We're here when you need a little reassurance.
We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Low prices. If other car dealerships really meant it, they'd only have to say it once. We have a low price, the best price listed on the windshield and online. You'll get the car you want and a customer experience you'll actually enjoy. All at a price that will make you smile. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here at Cowboy Field. So far, Breckenridge winning the second half. You got to give them that. And the Knights are still going to throw it. Almost intercepted by Murtis. And we'll see who else was on the coverage trying to lay out for that one. That was Gavin Snyder, who's already got an interception on the year.
He's intended for Cole Anderson.
In the game right now for Sanchez, I believe. I think Sanchez is the usual free safety.
Third down.
So he's not banged up with anything. Knights facing a 3rd and 20. Paulson waiting on the snap. Gets it. Drops back to pass. They're going to do a middle screen. And Sikora reels it in. He's got a lot of room to run. Ends up getting taken down, but not after getting the first down. Dylan Renata on the tackle there.
And believe it or not, there's another flag on the field.
Has there been one of those today? I'll see. Maybe it was holding. You know, my first guess was going to be like a legal man downfield or something. If he didn't catch it behind the line, but. So we got a hold. Breckenridge is 22 points away from the craziest comeback I've ever seen. Trailing 36-15. 11:48 remaining in this ball game. On your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Either watching on KBMW News Live or listening on B92.7. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your night to see how the Cowboys are doing. Or if you're a West Central Area-Ashby fan. Thank you for tuning in. And out of the shotgun once again with a 3rd and 30. Dropping back to pass, Paulson is. Throws it down the field, and he's got an open man. Norby hauls it in. And he's gotten up for the first down again. That just, when you think things can't get worse, you forget how to talk. And that is a pickup of, I want to say, about 40 yards.
3rd and 24 there.
Oofda. Tough break for Breckenridge once again, as Norby's receiving stats will be fun to look at by the end of this game if you're a Knights fan. Double wing set. Paulson pitches it to Sikora. Sikora with a nice cut upfield, and he's going to break loose. And throws another stiff arm and goes in for the touchdown. And we got another penalty. I just don't know what to believe.
He was pushed out of bounds. We have a flag on the field.
And actually, he might have been out of bounds. I thought he got to the pylon. A little tough to see here. And we'll see. It was kind of at the end of the play. They threw it near the pylon. And we'll see if they go with the face mask. That's what it's kind of looking to be. Sikora with a nice run. And it is a face mask. So that'll scooch it even closer to the goal. And I was just about to kind of praise Breckenridge's defense for doing a pretty good job on Sikora. They've gotten absolutely torn apart by Norby, but Sikora's only beat them pretty bad on 1 or 2 runs, so I thought they were doing a pretty good job on him. And right before I say that, he busts loose and makes a few defenders look silly. They come up to the line, and now we got more stuff to clear up quick before this. Gotta be thinking, I think they're going to be going with the fullback here. We haven't seen a whole lot from him. If I were a betting man, I'd say they're going to try to catch Breckenridge's defense. I'm wrong. Sikora off tackle, walks in for 6. Anthony Sikora having a nice night. West Central Area-Ashby tacks on some more to make it a 27-point game. I don't know if they have kind of a kicking plan, so we'll see another 2-point conversion here likely. Now they have scored more points than Breckenridge scored on them last year, but they've given up more, so it's been a tighter game right now. So if they got that score in mind, they're going to need to get another TD on the board. They want to get that finishing touches on that revenge that they got in mind.
West Central Area-Ashby Knights going for 2.
West Central Area-Ashby, shotgun, 1 running back to each side. High snap, and the slant is picked off, but it's dead there. High school rules. Gavin Snyder with the interception. As we head into a very quick commercial break. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 42, Breckenridge 15. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field as Breckenridge trailing 42-15 on their homecoming. West Central Area-Ashby on their way to avenging one of their 2 losses in the regular season last year. Other loss coming to Barnesville. They already avenged that one. This has been the night comeback tour here for possibly the top team in Section 6AA, Breckenridge's old section. And that goes at the front man. It might have actually got recovered by the Knights. Actually, Cowboys saying they got it. And they do. Can't see who ended up
I think it was Shockert again.
Probably Shockert again. Busy night for him, as most nights are. He's got a little work on offense. He's got kicked out a few times as a frontline man. And then his usual duties being the rover on defense.
So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 47-yard line.
Cowboys just going to have to, kind of try to put together another drive like they did to start off the second half. And I wonder if we're going to start seeing some more wishbone from this squad this year. It's gone pretty, nothing's really worked too well as we get a 4-yard run from Murtis, but, I think they like what they've seen from getting Nito into the backfield as a running back. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they stick with this wishbone set.
Yeah, I think it makes the defense think about it. Is it going to Murtis? Is it going to Cam? I've got the fullback back there too. It's difficult to diagnose.
Big wishbone guy. I've actually really enjoyed the wishbone set. Ran a lot of that way back in my day. So I know Coach Fredrickson's got it up his sleeve. Snap it. Go once again with the off tackle by Nito. A couple guys miss, and I can't believe it. We got another flag.
There's a flag on the field.
And we'll see what it's going to be this time around. And another hold. I think that might be the first one of them tonight. So that'll scooch him back. And I realized earlier in the broadcast, I kind of went a little too insider baseball because I knew what the play was called when they went with a dive or off tackle, where they kind of deceive the defense into thinking it's kind of be more of a sweep thing, and then all of a sudden they just stuff it in the running back's stomach and he goes off tackle. Well, we call it power dive. And after I said it, I was like, well, everybody's going to be like, what is he talking about with the power dive? Just like whenever I do basketball games, whenever someone runs up behind someone to get a steal, I always yell, Jesse James. Nito cuts it up and makes another man miss, and he's got room to run. Looks like he's going to take this in for 6, and he is in. Touchdown, Cam Nito. Okay, I'm pretty sure that confirmed our suspicion. And we got another flag.
This is getting ridiculous at this point, Turner.
Oh, my goodness. Even Coach Fredrickson was voicing his concerns after that one.
I saw Sanchez make a nice pancake block there at the end where a guy might have been able to get a little jersey. And Nito, if that's about where the flag's at.
Do you think they might call a blindside block on it? Can't really do it like what we used to do. I have to kind of remind myself that's illegal now. The most fun block you can lay.
And that is exactly what
it is. Yeah, but it is a blindside block. And I admit it's a rule. I kind of thought of that when I saw the run. I was like, and well, if you're a fan who's upset about that, you got to know that's a new rule. Just the last few years, you got to call it. Say what you will about a lot of these other calls, but that one you do unfortunately have to throw. That's why when you watch the NFL games on Sunday now, you see the guys like throw up their hands and kind of like box out. And like I said, that's the most beautiful block in football that unfortunately no longer exists. But I got to give credit to Sanchez throwing a nice block, freeing up his cousin for the TD that ends up getting waved off. And now that one, now they go Bernanez in the backfield, getting him some work at running back. That is, fun fact, that's actually the second touchdown Nito's had called back on him this year. Had one in Frazee as well that was also a fantastic run. But like I say, you still got it for the highlight video. There's still video evidence of you doing it, so I'd still put it on there, on your personal huddle highlight if it was me.
And that was a beautiful 56-yard run by Cam there.
That's tough.
Timeout.
We got a timeout on the field. Breckenridge calling the timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. This timeout break brought to you by Highcamp Construction. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 42, Breckenridge 15. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
Hey everyone, this is Caitlin with Vision Ford in Waupton, North Dakota. I am so happy to have the chance to work at the local dealership in my hometown. I love this community and the people in it. I want to invite you down or to visit our website at drivewithvision.com to see our amazing inventory that is changing every day. I would love to get the chance to know you and help you find the vehicle you need. You can also give me a call at 701-671-0258. Again, this is Caitlin with Vision Ford, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
And that timeout break was brought to you by High Camp Construction. Once you know who we are, you won't build any other way. And just a tough break by Breckenridge. You know, when points are tough to come by, to shoot yourself in the foot, and, you know, who knows, maybe that wouldn't have been a touchdown if Sanchez doesn't lay that block, but it's still a big gain that's unfortunately waved off for unfortunate for Breckenridge to get waved off. But you know what? When you're not so upset about it, maybe a week or two from now, they're going to have fun going back to look at that time that Cam ran down the sideline for a touchdown, and his cousin Alex threw a big block to free him up and decleated a guy in the process. So that'll be fun for everybody. I formation. Faking the handoff, and Roberts in trouble. Sheds one tackler, spins off another, still on his feet. Tucks it and run. That might be one of the best, or one of the best improvisations I've seen. Learning to do something with, or figuring out something to do in that situation.
He avoided 3 sacks on that.
Unreal.
Play.
He said, "I know Cam's usually the runner, but you know I'm not the least elusive guy in the world." Heck of an effort there, and I think he's also kind of wised up to the defender being there right when he fakes the handoff. So I think that's why he was ready for that first one. But the next two are just straight up talent and improvisation. They're huddling up for this 3rd and 4. Short 5, long 4. Breckenridge, the I formation. One receiver out to the left. Handoff on the right side, but the handoff is a poor exchange, but Murtis is able to dive on it. Lucky break there for Breckenridge.
And believe it or not, another penalty.
Oh, my. I really, I can really stretch out a game here, gentlemen.
I think the Cowboys did recover that fumble.
We'll see what is going to be the call. Think about it. We've seen almost every penalty we can today.
We really have, and Breckenridge is about 150 yards worth of penalties tonight.
Oh, no.
Tough to win no matter who you're playing.
A tripping. Okay, now we've seen them all. It was on West Central. Oh, my goodness. I've seen a lot of weird things in my day. All right.
Another Cowboy first down.
Now, here's the thing.
1st and 10 for the
Do the Cowboys have more yards and penalties than they do in total yards? That's my question. This Knights defense has been pretty locked in all night, you know, penalties aside. Both teams, like I said, have been penalized. I'm trying to think of maybe another penalty that we're going to see here before it's all said and done. We haven't seen a taunting call. That's pretty good. And Nito looking to get back to the end zone. And a nice tackle there by the Knights.
Das on the tackle.
And a very nice tackle flying in like a bullet. And that was Naz Das? Is that how it was? Naz Dots. So Breckenridge knocking on the door as they're just entered the Titan Machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. I formation. Roberts getting ready to take the snap. He gets it. Hands it off in the wishbone. I thought it was in the I formation, but missed one of those running backs. And it was Bernardes getting the tote. 7:45 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Gonna bring up
42-15. The Knights are on their way to spoil the Cowboys' homecoming. All right, got to ask him, Dick. How did your senior homecoming go?
You know,
You can.
I don't remember.
You can lie.
I don't remember who we played, to be honest with you, but I know we won. We had a pretty good season that year. Ended up losing to ACGC in the section final game.
There you go. Murdas as gets into the 10. Well, at least you won the homecoming game.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. That was many moons ago already, Turner.
You put your senior homecoming ahead of winning state title in basketball, I bet. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the book.
Yeah, no, I've got to stick with the state title, yeah.
And now Nito kind of looking over the sideline saying, what are we doing for a play here? Or am I coming out here? That's what it was. I was going to say, is he going back to QB now? Just a beautiful night here, by the way. It's getting just a little chilly, but, I'm wearing a polo and shorts. I can just be a little chilly in this situation. I think we're doing okay. Handoff to Bernardes. He's got room on the edge, and he jumps into the end zone for the touchdown. The crafty running. Nice job there to kind of feel the cracks in the defense, figure out the best place to run on that one. Bernardes gets into the end zone, and 6 more points on the board, brought to you by More Engineering. More Engineering will be making another donation to the Breckenridge Cowboys Touchdown Club. 3 donations tonight with the 3 Cowboy touchdowns. Bailey Evans looking to follow it up with another extra point kick, and this one off the mark. And that's kind of how it's gone this year for Evans. He's kind of make one and then miss one so far this year, but at least he's consistent in that regard. We'll take a quick break. Your score, West Central Area-Ashby 42, Breckenridge 21. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
More Engineering has been dedicated to finding sustainable engineering solutions for cities like Wapaton for more than 60 years. They offer a wide range of services, including civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental services that advance the region's infrastructure. As a 100% employee-owned company, they are committed to providing quality projects and building relationships in the communities they serve. Visit moreengineeringinc.com to learn more, or stop by their location in Wapaton. More Engineering, improving lives by building strong communities.
Welcome back to Breckenridge as the Cowboys tacked on their first points in the fourth quarter. Make it a 3-score game. And I gotta admit, I like what I'm seeing from Breckenridge in the second half. It's tough when you come into a half when you're already down by 4 scores, but I like the spirit from the team, I guess is what I'm getting at here. And coming out, doing what we said we're going to be some keys for them, put together some drives and put a few points on the board. And I would say they got better today. I don't know if it was me. I'm not the head coach, but if I had to hang my hat on something, if I was a coach, I would say they got better today.
Yeah, one thing they're going to have to do is definitely address some of these penalties and get to the film and see what the prognosis is there. Pick it up.
And Breckenridge, I don't know if they knew that they could pick that up. And the returner didn't know either. He kind of was treating it like a punt. I don't think the kickoff team knew what they were doing. Marty's confused.
Well, I've never seen an onside kick recovered at the opponent's 10-yard line.
Goodness. I've never seen that before.
We're getting a lot of firsts here tonight, Turner.
I know, it's been a weird day. I have a running joke with Kevin Heidemann that at baseball games it's such a weird sport that something that doesn't happen for 100 years can all of a sudden happen out of nowhere at a game, and that kind of adds to the fun of it. But football's got a little bit of that too. We've seen some weird firsts tonight, that's for sure. Roberts hands it off to Nito. And he's got one guy in his leg, but he's going to drag him a bit. And a few more guys lay a lick on him. As they're going to start this drive in the Titan Machinery red zone, trailing by 21.
West Central's pretty lucky that this game's probably taken care of at this point. But
could you imagine if that was a 1-score game and that would happen? Oh my goodness. That's something you got to address on the tape or in the film session next week. Oh, that'll be addressed before that, I'm sure, but it doesn't get brought up in the film session, I'd be surprised. Wishbone, almost said I formation. They're going to go with Murtis up the middle. Rumbling, and he's going to be close to the goal line, but just short. And Murtis, looks like Murtis got a little upset there about a guy jumping on him, but you know what they say, they always get the second guy. I'm going to say that's probably going to be on Murtis. And that's an even tougher break for Breck when they just got inside the 5. We'll see what they call. Or maybe they'll go with...
Ooh, they did put it on the defense.
Oh, really? They must have been for jumping on him late. Right away, I kind of thought they were going to go offsetting with that, but... It is always a good thing when the first guy gets caught, I guess. You just don't see it very often.
That's right.
So Breckenridge now on the 1-yard line after the penalty. Taking their time.
We're going to call it.
And maybe, you score here. It's a 2-score game, Like I said, anything can happen.
Onside kick.
5:20 remaining. Yeah, an onside kick. Recover. Another onside kick that they'll recover inside the 10. We'll see. Okay, now they got to talk it over, figure out what the actual down is. In this bizarre night. Coach Fredrickson having a chat with the White Hat. But they're going to figure out what down it is. No matter how many people it takes. All right. White Hat coming back in.
Here we go.
Breckenridge on the 1-yard line. They're going to go with Peterson up the middle, and he plunges in for 6. His second touchdown of the night. Caught a touchdown pass, and now he gets to plunge in for 1. So more engineering once again. Making a donation to the Breckenridge Cowboy Touchdown Club. Extra point coming up next. Cam Nito, the holder. Bailey Evans. Low snap. Nito calling fire. Rolling out. Now he's just going to tuck it himself. And I think he's going to come up short. He extended for the goal, but came up just a bit short. I think if his elbow would have stayed up, if he would have extended before the elbow came down, he would have been good. But Breckenridge cutting into this one, now trailing by 15. Take a very quick break. Your score, you're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Pick up the pace of farming with a Case IH precision farming system from Titan Machinery. Whether you're spreading fertilizer, strip tilling, or even farming in the dark, Case IH and Titan Machinery have the perfect guidance equipment for you. Their lineup of remarkable, accurate, hand-free guidance systems can help you optimize your profits and lifestyle by saving you big on input costs, improving yield, and reducing operator fatigue. Stop by Titan Machinery in Wapaton today to find out how a Case IH precision farming system can help your operation.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field on this homecoming. Right. Gotta be thinking an onside kick is in the cards here. As Cowboys trail by 2 scores now. And if they somehow complete this comeback, somebody call or send these clips to ESPN. Just make sure to mute my broadcast along with it. Blofis, get ready to boot it away. And a little pooch who ends up going out of bounds. So let's add these to the penalties as well. And I think they're going to maybe try to, repeat the success of the last time that they booted one over there and just didn't get picked up. But instead, the Knights will take over.
So
their
with that,
2-score
the
lead
Knights get the ball first
on the
and 10
35.
at their own 35-yard line.
West Central can do here.
The Knights, I think they're just going to try to keep her on the ground here. A night like tonight, you never know. Double wing. And they're going to go with the toss to Sikora on the right side, who just busted TD his last run. It's wrapped up near the sideline by Murtis. Heck of a running back. And the West Central Area-Ashby Knights are moving on to face Osakis next week. I heard Osakis is pretty good.
Well, they knocked off Barnesville the other week.
And then after that, they take on Underwood. And, you know, anybody who watched the Breckenridge or listened to the Breckenridge Underwood game knows Underwood's got an uphill battle, that's for sure, when these two teams square off. Double wing. Paulson. And it's going to be the handoff again, or the pitch and then the reverse. And Dallin Earth's ready for that one this time. And, you know, it seems like the run plays that need a little more developing, that are less quick hitters, are the ones that the Cowboys have just been eating up tonight. Whether it's a toss or the toss handoff or whatever you call it, the wing misdirection. Breckenridge defensive line doing a good job of sniffing those out. And then Breckenridge will move on to play Hawley next week. And that is at home. We'll be live streaming that game. If we're not live streaming the Wapton game, I'll keep you guys posted. And it's thrown out to the flats. They're still throwing, surprisingly. Bailey Evans over there on the coverage after the completion. And then Pelican Rapids is the final game of the year in Pelican Rapids. Breckenridge right now sitting at the 3 spot in the section. And, you know, you don't want to look too far down the road, but it wouldn't be too surprised if Breckenridge at least gets the 4 seed, as Underwood right now is the 5th seed. And I don't see Underwood and everyone below Underwood going to be able to catch up. So Breckenridge looking to at least have one home game. Sikora has it. Sanchez there, along with some other Cowboys. You know, Breckenridge trailing by 15 here, but you got to like the energy here. Cowboys, along with their fans, pretty fired up on that one to get the 4th down stop. Gotta love that.
39-yard line. 39-yard line of the Knights.
They got all 3 timeouts remaining. Roberts running in. So they got just under 3 minutes to get 15 points on the board. Definitely not impossible. I just heard someone else say, "Of all night, this would be the night to do it." If that were to happen, I cannot help but agree. Play action. They're going to go with their post corner route, and it is caught near the sideline for a big gain by Gavin Snyder. And I
Snyder's banged up.
believe that was a gain of about 15, but unfortunately he's going to suffer an injury on that one. But he's going to run it off, and he kind of waved the guys off, but I'm pretty sure he has to come off the field. They stopped the game for him, but what do I know? I don't know the rules. If I would, I'd be throwing a flag right now. He's coming out of the game. Snyder after the big reception. Like I said, he came up clutch in the Frazee game, so we know he's got that big play gene.
See if we can find Bernatus over the top here.
Coming up the line. Wishbone. And they go with the handoff off the right side. Off the middle. 2:26 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge trailing 42-27. And that was Nito on the carry. Breckenridge kind of going slow but surely in the huddle. They got all 3 of the timeouts. Bernardo's running in the play. They're just trying to Not getting anyone rattled, just do what you guys do. And we got the wishbone once again.
Oh,
Roberts with the play action, but Stone there. I think he's got 2 sacks for sure, maybe 3 on the day.
And you know, it was almost as if that ball came sooner than what we were ready for there.
Uh-huh.
There's immediate penetration.
Tyler Stone, I would say it's his 2nd sack, and I'm pretty sure it's his 3rd tackle for loss on the day. So a good day from Stone. As the Cowboys now face a 3rd and about 20. 1:14 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys trailing 42-27 on their homecoming night. Roberts snaps it while a guy was running out to his spot, so I believe that's going to be a penalty. But another one-handed grab by Gavin Peterson.
When the referee got taken out there, hopefully he's okay.
Gavin Peterson.
Let's see who's getting helped up over by the field. And he's fine.
Norby pushed him out of bounds.
Did he get knocked over by Gavin? Couldn't tell.
It looks like he got wrapped up in the play.
I was going to say, if he got run over by Gavin, I applaud him for getting up so fast.
4th and about 20 for the Cowboys.
Cowboys looking for the big 4th down, 1st down pickup.
So Cowboys got out of bounds, so now they got a 4th and about 20 with just under a minute remaining in the ball game. Trailing by 15. Breckenridge comes up to the line in their I formation. And it is snap, but looks like we got a timeout beforehand. We'll take a very quick timeout break, brought to you by High Camp Construction. Your score with just under a minute remaining. Breckenridge 27 and West Central Area-Ashby leading with 42. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on burger night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology.
Welcome back to Breckenridge. Here in the 4th quarter, Cowboys. Just under a minute remaining. And off to Cam Nito, and that'll do it for the night. He's going to carry Stone. That's a big boy to be carrying. Couple guys. But that'll do it. 50.5 seconds remaining in this ball game, and that'll do it. Looks like the Knights are just going to kneel on it, I assume. Once again, it's been a weird night. Anything can happen. And like I said earlier, Cowboys got their regular season home finale against Hawley at 7 p.m. next week. And the schedule was messed up in a few places. Apparently Minnesota scores included. That's where I got this schedule. But a lot of people had this Breckenridge game at 6 o'clock today. Not the case. Didn't start until 7 o'clock. And my apologies if I was part of the spread of misinformation. We were going off what we had, and we posted on Facebook. So a lot of people were letting us know. You said it was at 6. And I was like, well, we're trying to right that wrong now. We were told it was 6. So, well, good for everyone who got here an hour early. I hope you got to really enjoy the night that much more. So after the kneel down, there's going to be one more kneel down, and then that'll do it for the night. And what has been a pretty solid second half from the Cowboys, and just my opinion, which means nothing. But heck of an effort by them to at least go down fighting, as they'll head home with they will wrap up the night with a 42-27 loss. Both teams head out to shake hands. Did you guys miss this last year? Oh, I definitely missed when you could shake hands after the game. Those waves were just not right.
It is always awkward, too.
I bet after you guys would wrap up the games, you can't tell if the waves are sarcastic or not. It's like, oh, bye. Have your fun ride home after you lost. Like, oh, gosh. I'm so glad we're out of that part. But we'll take a quick break and come back with your post-game show. One more time, your final score. West Central Area-Ashby 42, Breckenridge 27. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what quality recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Hopping into the post-game show here at Cowboy Field. We'll run through some stats for you. One surprising one that we got when we were talking about it. And we'll go through Breckenridge's stats first. Colin Roberts, 4 of 12 for 42 yards. His longest was 16 yards and 1 touchdown on the day. Cam Nito, here's the surprising one. Cam ended up with 108 yards on 17 carries, so a heck of a night. They did a pretty good job of containing him in the first half, but really found his groove in the second half. 21 yards from Jimmy Murtis on 10 carries, and the other rushing leaders, Griffin Bussey, 2 carries, 14 yards before having to leave the game. And Dylan Bernardes at 13 yards on 5 touches, and one of them being a touchdown. Gavin Peterson, can't forget about him, also had a touchdown. 3 carries for 15 yards. And some of the stats for West Central Area-Ashby, and through the air, Paulson just tore it up, of course, 199 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. And the rushing, surprising, I kind of thought they had more rushing yards than this, but Sikora had 70 yards on 11 carries, that one long 39-yarder getting a bulk of those. So Breckenridge did a nice job against the run today. 13 yards for Norby, and they were kind of the main rushers in the rushing game. And then Norby also caught 2 touchdown passes, 79 yards off 3 catches, and then Cole Anderson with a 35-yard touchdown catch, his lone catch of the night. So let's look at some of the stats for this ball game. We'll take another quick break and hop back in. Actually, we'll go through some of the defensive stats for you. Almost forgot we had these. Alex Martell ended up being, Landon Bloff is actually the leading tackler today at 9 tackles. And also, Alex Martell back in there with 6 tackles. And just going through here, 5 tackles from Bailey Evans as well. And a couple pass breakups from Dylan Bernardes in the secondary. Jimmy Murtis also had a couple pass breakups. So a few defensive stats for you, and we'll take a quick break and come back with your player of the game. This is brought to you by Essentia Health, here with you.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Welcome back to the post-game show. As just catch you up if you kind of missed a lot of the game. Heck of an effort here by the Cowboys in the second half to at least cut into this lead, make it a 42-27 game. And they came into the second half down by 4 scores. So, you could have easily just kind of rolled over. But Breckenridge did a good job of putting together some nice drives. Also capitalized on one of the wildest things we've ever seen with a kick that wasn't picked up inside the own 10. But that's whatever. You got to capitalize where you can, and they did. Made it a 2-score game. Couldn't complete the comeback, but heck of an effort here in the second half by the Cowboys. A lot of penalties. They're going to need to clean that up, of course. Also 3 turnovers. Got to clean that up. So just a lot of stuff to work on still, obviously. But, that's what the regular season's for, getting ready for the postseason. And it is time for our player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. And I'll let you go first. And, you don't get the final say, but I will definitely hear your piece on who the player of the game should be.
Yeah, in a weird game, right? Could go with a couple different people, but I got to stay on the offensive side of the ball just because the defense did give up 42. I got to go in the return, Cam Nito. He comes back. He rushes for 108 yards. He has a 56-yard touchdown called back. He just looked like he was fresh and ready to rock and roll. So I got to go with Cam. And also the toughness from Cam to be able to battle through a couple times having to come out of the game with the ankle injury, and also, adding that extra flavor, of being able to go out of the QB spot and run it, but also moving over to running back. First time we've seen him out at a different position this year, and I think he did a wonderful job, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with Gavin Peterson, actually. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. For a guy who, you got to love fullbacks. Fullbacks are a dying breed, and they don't get nearly enough love. And I'm going to give him credit for blocking for Nito. We'll say Nito doesn't run for 100 yards without Gavin. We'll go with that. That might not be 100% true, but I'm going to stand by it regardless. And he also went in for a pair of touchdowns despite the limited touches. And he also had the coolest catch of the night and the second coolest catch of the night. That's going to be his new signature. Everybody has their thing, and Gavin Peterson's going to be the roll out on the flood and reel it in with one hand, and then grab it with the other hand, but, mainly a one-handed catch. So that's why I'm going to go with him for the Essentia Health player of the game here with you. Make sure to run down and give him a T-shirt if he hasn't already beat me to the locker room. But thank you so much for joining head coach Austin Imdick for the Breckenridge Cowgirls basketball team. And you have fun at least, hopefully. My pleasure, Turner. This was a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun having you on here. It only doubles, it's only that much better because you also happen to have the stats. So that makes you useful. It's hard to not love the useful guys. So
yeah, you're just using me at this point.
Exactly. Well, everyone's used to that. But I appreciate you coming on, man. It was a lot of fun, and maybe hopefully I can talk you into it next week too. As we'll be back here next week. Breckenridge taking on the Holly Nuggets, as we said. And looking to bounce back. That was the second loss of the season after a nice 4-game win streak. Once again, the defense has just been lights out prior to this game. 3 straight shutouts. You don't know if we'll ever see that from Breckenridge squad again, and maybe not in my lifetime, but we've seen a lot of great things. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. Whether listening on B92.7 FM or watching on KBMW News Live YouTube channel, either way, I appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great weekend, everybody. One more time, your final score, Breckenridge 27 as West Central Area-Ashby heads home with 42 points of their own for the 15-point win. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Tonight's game between the Breckenridge Cowboys and West Central Area-Ashby Knights was brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, Minn Kota Ag Products, Heitkamp Construction, Moore Engineering, Optimum Rehab, Carlson Family Insurance, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Red River Communications, Twin Town Villa, CHI St. Francis Medical Center, Quality Toyota, Vision Ford, Otter Tail Power Company, Essentia Health, and Titan Machinery. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.